Woodward Sports Network presents a sports show that's more than just sports. Welcome to The Bottom Line with U of M great and former NFL star Braylon Edwards and Ryan Ermanni. Sit back and let's talk some Detroit sports right now on The Bottom Line.
Number 2 in the 2022 draft is the commissioner.
With the second pick in the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Aidan Hutchinson, defensive end, Michigan.
And there is your moment.
And here we go. That's right, everybody. Friday, April 29th, 2022. Ermanni and Edwards, The Bottom Line. Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. Good afternoon to you, my friend.
Last night was insane. Last night was epic. I mean, you're talking about 5 guys from the green room did not get drafted. You're talking about 9 trades in the first round. You're talking about 6 wide receivers. If you include trades, 8 wide receivers go in the first round. It was just something to watch. And, of course, the Detroit Lions.
Tom Mazawey, good afternoon to you.
I told you. Hey, my scenario came through. I said the Lions would trade back up.
You did.
I just didn't get the player right. I'm very happy, though. All 3 of my pathetic teams kicked ass in this draft.
Look, I think for a lot of us, Trayvon Walker went number 1. That was no surprise over the last week. I think many people expected the Lions to take an edge rusher. We thought it was going to be Kayvon Thibodeau. It ended up being
thought it was going to be
Aidan Hutchinson. A lot of people believed Hutchinson was the pick there. This is an incredible day for the Detroit Lions because for the next 10 to 12 years, you're hoping that guy can really be an anchor there on the edge. This is a good day for the Detroit Lions. They traded up, but let's start with Hutchinson first of all. Braylon, your initial thought when they took him over Thibodeau was what?
Could be the wrong move, but at the same time, you know what you're getting from Aidan Hutchinson. He's going to be a good player in this league. I just don't know if he's going to be special. So at that pick, when you draft Aidan, I said, oh, good pick. It's a good guy. You got your edge rusher. I wanted them to go edge rusher. You got an edge rusher. The number 1 rated edge rusher in the draft, according to Combine Specs and RAS score. He's going to be a good player. You see he's coming along. The way I looked at it, I had to take a step back and say, all right, let me really assess this pick. Going into his senior year, he had 3.5 sacks. And his senior year, 14 sacks. That tells me he's getting better. That tells me he's getting better and better. So I think he could be special.
And that's a great point you make about that moving forward.
Progress.
Because Maz, I want to read for you what Mel Kiper wrote about the pick of Hutchinson. Anytime you get the best prospect in the draft at any other pick than number 1, it's a win. Yeah. The Lions filled a huge need, and they did it with the 6'6" edge rusher, 30 miles up the road at Ford Field, Plymouth, Michigan, went to college at Michigan. I don't get the talk about Hutchinson already being close to his ceiling. He had 14 sacks last season, but he can keep improving. He had a better 3-cone time, shuttle time, and vertical jump than Trayvon Walker at the Combine. He's going to be an instant contributor and should challenge for Defensive Rookie of the Year.
And how quick did they hand that pick in? I'll tell you, because I rewatched the draft last night when I went home, stayed up till 3:30 in the morning. It took less than 30 seconds. Less than 30 seconds. Even the guys on the TV were like, oh, Lions already put their pick in. And we were all at the restaurant, at the Brass Rail. And, we looked at the odds right before the draft started. And he was minus 250, minus 300 on some sports books. That means he was a real heavy 3-1 favorite to become that pick. And Thibodeau was kind of slipping his odds. Hey, you can't believe everything you hear, right? Everyone tells you heard Scott Bischoff come in the other day. He gets the word from agents, from Thibodeau's agent. Hey, the Lions are taking my guy.
Now there were reports, though. There were reports out there that the Lions told Thibodeau they were taking him. So there's that gamesmanship where you have to kind of decide.
Well, Braylon could tell you that
exactly. Right? I mean, Miami told you.
Liars.
Miami told you they were taking you at number 2 until they didn't.
And called you.
Miami called me on draft day when they were on the clock with about 12 minutes left in the pick. So they called me and said, hey, we just want to make sure this is your real number. And now that I look back, I'm like, why did they need my cell phone number when they call the phone on the table? But that doesn't matter here or there. Aidan Hutchinson, here he is, up the road, is a guy. It's going to be interesting to see how he implements himself to the team because he fits this team well. But going back to the Kayvon Thibodeau situation, do you think Kayvon Thibodeau hurt himself on Wednesday and Thursday in terms of always grabbing the microphone, jumping on the desk, making it about himself? And I get it. You should have confidence in yourself. You should. But do you think that hurt him any way, shape, fashion, or form? Because he was all over the place just talking.
I think it helped him to go to New York.
I do too. I don't think it hurt him at all.
That's a good place for him.
I don't think so, Braylon, because, look, there were some things said about him. And if you're saying stuff about somebody doesn't love football, doesn't love the game, uncooperative, stuff like this, I'm getting the microphone, any microphone I can get my hands on. I'm going to let you see that kind of talk is wrong.
Gotcha.
That's not me. And for the Lions, they got this guy right down the road in Ann Arbor. They have scouted him for a year and a half, let alone 4.5 months. I mean, this is a layup situation for the Detroit Lions. And I think so much talk about Thibodeau at 2 was when the thought was that Hutchinson was going to go number 1, and their guy would have been taken. Hutchinson was the number 1 guy on the board for so many teams, for so many draft evaluators, and they got him at 2. It's a good day.
I think we need to stop paying attention, and I'm done with it for now. Well, not for now. I'm done with it, period. Talking about the Kayvon Thibodeau or over Aidan Hutchinson or Aidan Hutchinson over Kayvon Thibodeau. At the end of the day, most scouts had Aidan Hutchinson the number 1 player on the draft book. Most scouts say he was the best rush in the draft. You saw what you said. You read his 3-cone. You read his vertical more than Kayvon Thibodeau. So the way I'm looking at it now, they got the best rush in according to most GMs, most scouts. So we need to rock with that just like they did. So, hey, you know what? I'm here for it. And he's a Michigan guy.
Hey,
go Blue.
3 hometown guys last night.
Yeah.
You got Hutchinson here. You got Ekwonu to the Carolina Panthers. And you get Pittsburgh.
Kenny Pickett.
You get Kenny Pickett staying in Heinz Field, for crying out loud, where he played his college football. They were so nervous, the Pickett family, throughout. Because if he doesn't go to the Steelers.
Doesn't go in the first round.
He doesn't go in the first round.
And it happened to Malik Willis, and we'll get into that in a little bit. I just want to play for you a little bit of the Lions War Room. This is last night, Lions War Room, when they're drafting Aidan Hutchinson.
Hey, it's Brad Holmes, GM of the Detroit Lions. How you doing, man? I'm doing great, man. Hey, you ready to be a Lion? All right, man. We're about to pick you right here, man. Hey, you went all the way to Vegas, man. You should have stayed home. You could have just caught an Uber over here, man. Hey, man, congratulations, man. I'm happy for you and your family, man. You'll be a big part of what we're doing going forward, all right? Let's disrupt and get after the quarterback, all right? Hey, let me get you on the phone with our head coach, Dan Campbell, all right?
Hutch. Hey, man, congratulations. Listen, your dream just started, man. This isn't the end, this is the beginning. You know what I mean? Come in here and you help us win games. Just be you. And let's turn this ship around. All right, brother. Here, I'm going to pass you to Sheila. Hold on.
Hey, congratulations. This is awesome. Well, we're thrilled. There's a lot of excited people here in this room, and some of my family's here, and everyone's excited. So, great. We're anxious for you to get back to Michigan. Yeah. Good. Awesome. Well, we're really excited. We know you're going to do great things here. So, congratulations.
Hey, congratulations again, man. Enjoy it tonight, all right?
Dude, that's fantastic stuff. You just talk about what goes on in that war room, Braylon, and in getting that call is something that Maz and I and 99.9% of our listeners will never experience. Getting that call has to be an incredible moment.
It's great unless you're going to the Cleveland Browns. No, I'm just joking.
No, you're not.
I had to get out there. No. I'm lying. It felt amazing in that moment because in the moment, you're not thinking about what team is drafting you. In the moment, you're just thinking about being gone to number 3, being gone to number 2, being gone to number 1. So you're excited. I just want to know, where's the excitement? Was it a funeral or something? No excitement out of Sheila. No excitement out of Dan. No excitement out of Brad. I listened to when Joe Douglas called Sauce Gardner.
Oh, yeah.
What's up, Saucy? He was excited. I'm like, where's the energy? You
And
just
the
went to
Giants
a
with
run.
Thibodeau, too.
You
They
put
were
the
just-
pick in 30 seconds. Give me the excitement.
Well,
Wait till you see them when Jameson Williams gets picked. We have that too.
Wait till this excitement. Here's Aaron Glenn talking about his shiny new toy in Aidan Hutchinson.
Big thing about all these guys is they were all different in some capacity, and they all had an attribute that you like. All right, but the one thing that we thought about Aidan, he's relentless. Obviously, he can get to the quarterback. Man, he plays the run really well, and man, he is a Detroit Lion through and through, and that is no doubt about that player. And again, that's why I say we deserve this player. This player deserves us also. I mean, it's just a true fit.
So
that sounded good.
There he is. And look, they're still in work mode, and I think Brad Holmes, Sheila Ford, Hamp, and Dan Campbell knew that if he was on the board, they were going to take him. That was a multi-week thing that they knew that he was going to be there. All right, guys. The surprise for everybody, I think, was when the Lions traded up to get Jameson Williams. The shock factor, the awe factor, there's so much. This is the pick that will lead to a lot of questions, I think, for Lions fans, with Lions media. And this is the pick also, what if they do stay at 32 and 34? The players that they could have gotten at 32 and 34, 3 players instead of 2 right there. What would you make of it? What did you make of Jameson Williams last night? We'll get all that and more. Hey, tell a friend to turn on Woodward Sports Network. Let's go. Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
Hi, I'm Kay Cunningham. I'm proud to partner with Hall Financial, a mortgage company known for 5-star service. Don't just take my word for it. Check out their 5,000 5-star reviews for yourself. Go to callhallfirst.com and get started with your 5-star experience today.
You don't have to go to the beach, man. You don't have to get your butt crack full of sand. You just need a little chili peppers, man, to get that glowing beach chili peppers tan. Woo!
With 26 locations in the Metro Detroit area and more coming, Chili Peppers Tanning is where you'll find the cleanest salons in the D. Join the Pepper Club for the best deals on unlimited tanning. Head to chilipepperstanning.com.
You just need a little chili peppers, man.
Time for Gypsy Vodka. Last night, Gypsy Vodka was flowing as the Detroit Lions selected Aidan Hutchinson. And guess what? People just kept asking me, what's this? What's this? I said, it's Gypsy Vodka. You don't know about Michigan's own gluten-free. You don't see this bottle. It is special. That's because Gypsy Vodka is corn distilled 6 times, count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, using artesian spring water. And also, they took their time with it. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 50 formulas and countless taste tests went into providing you with this special product. Go to your local liquor store, ask for it by name, Gypsy Vodka. And remember, if you're going to drink responsibly.
It's Kyle, man. There's no way.
The Minnesota Vikings have traded the 12th pick to the Detroit Lions with the 12th pick in the 2022 NFL Draft. The Detroit Lions select Jameson Williams.
Yes! We got it done! Lions select Jameson Williams.
Suckers have been trying the national championship game, and now the Detroit Lions move on.
That's how it looked in the pit there in Vegas. I want to credit Dose of Dion on Twitter for that video. That's how it looked in Vegas last night when the Lions made the trade up from 32 to 12 and got the wide receiver from Alabama, Jameson Williams, who many people thought would be the number 1 wide receiver off the board if healthy. And he tore his ACL in the national championship game. And after that, you knew he wouldn't be the first one. But nonetheless, when they traded up, first of all, let's talk about that. When they traded up to get that pick, I almost lost my mind.
I'm with you, man.
Because I thought it was for Malik Willis.
Me too.
I did.
Right. Me too.
I'm not going to lie to you. I thought they were trying to go get Malik Willis.
We have that video from last night if you'd like to see it.
Let's go
to the brass rail last night about that time when we're all looking around and all of a sudden we get the news. Corey writes us and say, hey, they're trading up.
I was super excited to hear that move. And if you hear the excitement of the crowd right there, you saw the Detroit Lions fans. They're excited because it was an aggressive move. They're excited because you moved up. They're excited because it's aggressive. They're like, well, okay, this is different. We never do things like that. And then you go get a guy like Jameson Williams. You get an Alabama guy, an Alabama wide receiver. You know their track record in the NFL. I'm excited. It was a hell of a move. I love the move. You got to have a receiver like Jameson Williams. He's fast. He's electric. He can run good routes. He runs all the routes, runs the deep over, runs the comeback. He's the guy. You see where the NFL is going? You got Devontae Adams. You got Tyreek Hill. You got Jamar Chase. You got these guys. He'll be right in line with those guys.
So when the Lions, when the news was that the Lions were trading up to 12 from 32, here's how it looked at the brass rail. This is great.
We're getting them.
Oh my God!
That's funny.
Are we idiots
that
or what? Are
that
we
is everything.
Idiots or what? I was so all in on this guy. I'm like, oh my God, Maz, we're gonna get.
I never had my head rubbed more at one night than last night from Ryan.
That was so great.
I don't know how you thought he was going to be drafted at 12. When they moved up, I knew what it was.
You thought Jameson Williams at 12?
I didn't think Jameson Williams,
okay.
but no. I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't think Jameson Williams, but I knew it wasn't going to be Malik Willis because they didn't have to go up that far to get him. So I knew it wasn't going to be him. It surprised me when it was Jameson Williams, but it was a good surprise. I was like, holy shoot. They're like, they paid attention.
Dude, and then I was like, so I'm literally racking my brain here, Braylon. I'm like, who are all the players that they could get? Is it Malik? Yes, maybe they got Malik. Is it Kyle Hamilton? I'm like, please, you don't have to trade up for Kyle Hamilton. For whatever reason, I don't know what the kid did to me. I don't want any part of Kyle Hamilton.
Because his fans pissed you off.
Maybe.
Guess what? The Ravens got him, and we're going to look back and say, holy crap.
Well, that's fine.
I'm just saying, he's on the right team.
Okay, that's exactly what I was about to say. Him by himself, I was going to say, we wouldn't look like that. But the fact that he's in the Baltimore Ravens, Marlon Humphrey, you got Marcus Peters over there. You got that squad over there.
Look out, man.
Yeah, it's going to be nice.
So here was my other thought that was going through my head.
Kevin Lloyd?
No. Jordan Davis. I was thinking to myself, holy crap. The Lions are just going to go up and just have a defensive line that dominates and get Hutchinson and Jordan Davis. Who went the next pick?
Only reason why they wouldn't have done that is because if you're looking 4 years from now, you're essentially going to be paying Hutchinson and Jordan Davis upwards of $200 million. They wasn't going for that.
But I mean, think about the offensive line. They got 3 first-round picks on their offensive line. So I was thinking to myself, well, what about 2 first-round picks on your defensive line?
But they jumped. When they jumped up to 12, they jumped the Eagles. Now, I think, when I've read a lot, the Eagles, they're always going to draft a receiver.
Absolutely.
So the Eagles, I think, had their eye on him. When the Lions took him, the Eagles made that deal with Baltimore. They made that deal with Baltimore to get Marquise Brown. And they wind up getting Jordan Davis, but they paid Marquise Brown $100 million contract for 4 years.
And that's AJ Brown.
I get the Brown.
Yeah, AJ Brown. And
AJ.
that's a really good point. And I raised this last night on Twitter. For the Lions to get a wide receiver in Amon-Ra St. Brown, have him in year 2 on a rookie deal, have Jameson Williams on a rookie deal. When you see these wide receivers getting north of $20 million, A.J. Brown gets $25 million a year just last night signing the extension. It's now 10 receivers over $20 million a year. I think having a rookie wide receiver, or a wide receiver on a rookie contract is becoming almost as important as a quarterback on a rookie deal when you talk about how to build a team to have a sustained championship level team.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, this is going to come back to bite some of these franchises. I mean, look at this Tyreek Hill. Like, Tyreek Hill leaves. He goes to Miami. Everybody's like, oh, well, they still have Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid is the guy that got them to the Super Bowl. I don't remember them winning any Super Bowls before Tyreek was on the team. I don't remember Andy Reid winning any Super Bowls before he was on the team. Devontae Adams, they get rid of him. Oh, it's cool. They'll replace him in the draft. They'll find somebody. You're going to find another Devontae Adams. You're going to replace Devontae Adams.
Right.
All this stuff. Like, look at A.J. Brown. you know, it's cool. We'll get rid of A.J. Brown. We'll turn into Treylon Burks. Is he really going to be A.J. Brown when he's healthy? Is he really going to be that good? This is going to come back to burn some of these franchises and building these players up and then getting rid of them, discarding them, and trusting the younger talent.
100% accurate.
It's going to burn some of these guys.
Tariq Hill and Devontae Adams don't fall off trees. I'm sorry, Maz. Did you see
100%.
I wanted the Lamar Jackson tweet when they made that trade. Look what he said.
Houston Texans and DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah. Come on.
He's like, where the hell did my receiver go? Where the heck did he go?
Well, I think he's feeling like that, and I think Aaron Rodgers is feeling like that a little bit.
Aaron Rodgers today, all of a sudden today, it's like how many months? It's been a month since Devontae's been traded, right? Today he comes out and he says, I was surprised that we traded Devontae Adams.
That's because his ass is watching film of last season, and he was looking and realizing, damn, he's gone. I don't have the best wide receiver in the NFL. You just can't replace some people. You just
and they
can't.
picked 2 defensive guys with their first 2 picks.
So I'm going to ask you guys a question, then we're going to hear from Brad Holmes. Is Jameson Williams the guy? Is he a slam freaking dunk pick at 12? Braylon?
Yes. Georgia was the best team in the country last year, correct? They beat the hell out of Michigan. They beat the hell out of Michigan. 5 first-round picks, all defensive, by the way. They were about to lose, not to Alabama, to Jameson Williams. Yes, he is worth the pick.
ACL, man.
I tore my ACL and made the Pro Bowl a year later. That was 2006 and 7.
I know. I'm just saying, it's still an injury.
So here's what Brad Holmes. Here's Brad Holmes' comments on taking Jameson Williams 12th overall. Here it is.
It was a while that, with Jameson, kind of seeing the more and more conviction that we had on him, the more and more buy-in that we had on him, and then everything that he brings, obviously we all know he's explosive. He can take the top off, speed, all that kind of stuff. But, I think what gets overlooked, just like I was saying about Aidan with the run game stuff, I think what gets overlooked about Jameson is usually guys that are that explosive, that fast, that electrifying. This guy's tough. This guy's gritty. He's a dog. He loves football, and so he just fit what we're about.
That's an interesting comment that he made. I almost think back to it's hard for me not to go back to the Thibodeau, right? What did he say about Aidan Hutchinson? He loves football. What did he say about Jameson Williams? He loves football.
Gritty, physical.
Yeah, that was interesting. Here's the war room. Oh, do you want to comment?
No, just real quick. That's another good thing about drafting Jameson Williams. He's a guy that's going to block. And when you play for the Detroit Lions, that line they have, they're going to run the ball. You got to be a guy that wants to block. You got to be a guy that's physical. Like he said in there, he's gritty, he's physical, wants to contact.
And he's 174 pounds.
Here's how it was in the Lions war room last night when they traded up and selected Jameson Williams.
Boom. Jameson. How you doing, man? It's Brad Holmes, GM of Detroit Lions. Hey, man, you ready to be a Lion? All right, well, we trade up in the spot. We're about to pick you right here, man. Hey, come in here, get healthy, take the top off, and be the dog that you are, man. All right? Congratulations, man. All right, man, let me get you on the phone with our head coach, Dan Campbell.
J-Dub. Congratulations, man. Let me tell you something. You know why we love you? Because you're a football player. We love football players, man. You eat it and you sleep it. So, hey, congratulations, all right? Listen, I'm going to pass you to Sheila, okay?
Hey, Jameson. Congratulations. This is awesome. Great. There's a lot of excitement around here. So, we're thrilled. Can't wait for you to get here and get healthy and, rip it up for us. All right. Okay, great. Take care.
So I do want to point something out to you.
Energy looked a little different.
If you want, I do want to point something out to you in terms of the 2 war rooms. Everybody except Sheila and Martha Ford,
they get $1 billion pass.
Everybody was on their feet with the pick of
side to
Jameson
side.
Williams.
Rocking side to side.
Wow. Holy Toledo.
Did you see the hug with Brad Holmes right there? That was his move. He is a wide receiver guy. You know what he did with Cooper Kupp. You know what he did with Robert Woods. He wanted that pick. He moved up. But I think another reason why you're seeing everybody stand up, because that was an aggressive move. They pulled it off. They wanted it. They knew they were going to get Aidan Hutchinson at 2, if not Thibodeau at 2. They were going to get one of them at 2 anyway, so it's kind of like, it's going to happen. That was an aggressive move, and it worked.
Brad Holmes looks like a kid in a candy store.
So far.
Don't forget, there's a guy that was in the background. He was a scout. He was a helper to Les Snead and all those. Now he's running his own team. It's like he was born. We really have a hell of a GM here. We really do. And the Pistons with Troy Weaver.
Stevie Y.
We're in good hands.
And
we're in good hands.
And I want to focus on Brad Holmes next as well. What do you make of the moves he made? Now there's, we've still got plenty of time here in this draft, rounds 2 and 3, and then 4 and 7 tomorrow, 4 through 7 tomorrow. What do you make of how this guy operates? What do you make of Brad Holmes as a general manager? I want to ask you guys those thoughts. And then I want to bring up something that Mike Tannenbaum said as it relates to guys like Derek Stealing Jr. and Jameson Williams. I want to get your take on that, too. Pretty interesting comments from Mike Tannenbaum, who we will have on Monday, by the way. Former Jets and Dolphins general manager, now currently on ESPN. In fact, I look up on TV, and he's there on ESPN right now. So we'll get to that next. But first, a message from MyBookie.
Oh, man.
How'd you do last night, buddy?
I kind of came back late on MyBookie.com. Okay. Of course, everyone, we went with Thibodeau. I put my money on Thibodeau on MyBookie.com. It didn't happen. My second backup bet was Derek Stingley at number 3, the Texans. Got some money back on that, but very happy overall. And if you're a sports gambler, especially a first-timer, go to MyBookie.com. I got it right on my phone, on my front screen. Easy to get, easy access, very easy to use, by the way. Use the promo code Woodward. They'll double your first deposit all the way up to $1,000. You got baseball going on, the rest of the NFL draft, and tonight the T-Wolves and Grizzlies. Grizz trying to put them away. T-Wolves trying to force a Game 7. Bet anytime, anywhere, any place with MyBookie.ag, MyBookie.com. That's the place for you. If you have a gambling problem, please use the Michigan Gambling Problem Hotline, 1-800-270-7117.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
We all know Cade should have been Rookie of the Year, but you know the saying, Detroit versus everybody.
Uh-oh, Cunningham all by himself.
Woodward Sports.
Hey gang, I want to tell you about Wingsnob, fresh, juicy, hormone-free chicken. Wingsnob has the best traditional wings. Try out those signature sauces, Jamaican jerk or lemon pepper. Wings toss to perfection in any sauce you pick. When the wings are this good, you're allowed to be a snob. Order online or look for the location nearest you. Wingsnob.com, Wingsnob.com. We just have better wings.
Hey Jameson, what up? Hey, congrats, man.
Yo.
Oh yeah, man, we just talking. I know, right? Thank you, bro. I'm Bryce. Congrats, boy. Yeah, hell yeah. Keep rocking. Absolutely.
Yeah, hit me on the ground. We're gonna lock in.
It's fantastic stuff. Love that. Jameson Williams and Aidan Hutchinson in Las Vegas, Nevada at the NFL Draft, hugging it out. Those are the newest Detroit Lions. I want to talk to you guys for a minute about Brad Holmes. This guy looks like the most competent general manager that we have seen in this franchise in my lifetime.
Yeah.
Period, bar none, and he's only been here for a year and a half. He's not even through his second full draft. But what he did yesterday, moving up 20 spots in the first round and 20 spots in the second round for essentially the 34th pick in the draft. I mean, if Jameson Williams works out and is that dog that we think he is. Because, Braylon, you mentioned it. Look, the ACL is, you had an ACL, you were a Pro Bowler the next year. I mean, that's not some 2 year, year and a half later.
My bad. That was my bad.
It was a year and a half later, essentially.
Yeah, year and a half,
If he is that player, the Lions potentially could have gotten the best player on the defensive side of the ball in this draft and the best player on the offensive side of the draft. And that is incredible to do in one draft, in one round.
We just watched him last year. You watched his draft, Penei Sewell. You saw how Penei Sewell grew. He was one of the highest rated offensive linemen last year. You look at Amon-Ra St. Brown. You saw his emergence later in the year, November through December. That was his track record there. That's when we start giving him some credibility. You say, hey, you know what? He goes and gets Josh Reynolds. As soon as he gets Josh Reynolds, what starts to happen? Jared Goff starts to play better. That's when Amon-Ra St. Brown got up. So that's when we start giving him credibility. So we were optimistic. We said, hey, you know what? Ryan Ermanni, you said it a couple times. Hey, look, I trust this guy. So whoever he takes it to, I'm going to rock with it and I'm going to trust him. Takes Aidan Hutchinson at 2. He moves up an aggressive move. Another thing that Ryan Ermanni said, hey, whatever, if that's your guy, draft him. If this is your guy, make a move to get him. They wanted Jameson Williams. You saw the excitement. You saw the excitement in that room. They moved up. They got him. And essentially, they didn't do over the top a lot to get him. Minnesota kind of got fleeced.
They fleeced the Vikings. They fleeced the Vikings, man.
Well, we'll see. You have to watch the future. But he did a hell of a job. And what did we say for the whole time? Get rid of 32 and 34 and get your guy in the upper middle round. They go all the way up to 12, man. That was a hell of a move. And they shook that round up. Everything underneath that changed. 2 wide receivers, big names, traded after the Lions move up and get this kid. So it's you follow the money. What they did, they changed the draft for the first time in Lions history.
Look at Jared Goff right now. He ain't looking so bad. Jameson Williams outside. Chark outside. Amon-Ra St. Brown in the slot. TJ Hawkinson at tight end. Don't forget about Khalif Raymond. Don't forget about Quintez Cephas coming back. Don't forget about DeAndre Swift when he's healthy. Don't forget about the dual threat and Jamal Williams. Don't forget about top 5 offensive line in the NFL. Jared Goff, that's why you didn't need a quarterback this year. He can make the most of the situation. And this is a crippled NFC. AFC is dominant. Everybody's talking about wait, make a move, build the structure, get the guy, do this. And, 3 years from now or 2 years from now, why not now? Why not us?
There's 10 or 11 teams in the AFC that can win the Super Bowl. NFC, you maybe have 3.
Exactly.
Is the key on this Lions offense DeAndre Swift now at this point? I mean, when you look at that board, and the assumption is that Jameson Williams is going to be healthy, whether that's, sit out September, October, and you come to the lineup in November, and, it is what it. One day, whether that's this year or next, he's going to play and be really good for the Detroit Lions. I hope that's come November this year. We'll find out. We don't know. But does DeAndre Swift become the key cog in this offense now because he cannot stay healthy?
Everybody talks about Jared Goff got the Los Angeles Rams to the Super Bowl. He got them there because of Todd Gurley in the backfield, 1,800 yards. When Ezekiel Elliott, his first year, when Dallas gets to the playoff, when they win the first playoff game, I think they beat your Giants. Who were they giving the ball to? Ezekiel Elliott was over 1,600 yards. Yep. When you do this motion, Ryan, when you drop back as a quarterback, put the ball on a fake into his stomach, everybody comes up. A lot of these wide receivers score easy touchdowns in those offenses because the running backs were so good. Could be the same thing with DeAndre Swift. So to answer your question, he is the key. We need him to be healthy, and we need to see what we saw at Georgia out of him.
Maz, the focus is going to be on Jared Goff a lot, too. And we'll get to some
Can he reach Jameson Williams? We all laughed about that.
Look, we'll get to some Malik Willis talk, and you can have some fun with us. Look, we give our sports opinions. You can laugh at us all you want about the Malik Willis at 2. I will accept any sort of hate that you send my way.
And we've gotten it.
It's a sports opinion. That was my opinion at the time because, look, I don't know if Jared Goff is the guy you want to pay $30, $35, $38 million a year to in 2 years when you're trying to win. Now you'll have a ton of cap space in a year and a half or 2 years from now if that's the direction you want to go. You've got 2 first-round picks next year. Hell, maybe you take Malik Willis at 46 or something like that, or Sam Howell at 46 in the second round. We'll get into that as well. But is Jared Goff the guy? He's got all the tools now. He's got all the weapons that you can have, that you could ever want. The offensive line should be one of the best in the game.
It will be.
The wide receiver core should be one of the best collectively in the NFC. And the running back is a high-round pick that is a dynamic player when healthy. Your question marks are, can the running back stay healthy? And can the quarterback get all these wide receivers the ball? Those are big question marks, but something we'll keep an eye on throughout the coming days and weeks and months and years ahead.
And is Jameson Williams going to come back as good as he was when he was at Alabama? And the question and the answer to that is yes. Guess who wanted Jameson Williams? Guess why the Lions moved up? Guess who was pissed when they took him? The Green Bay Packers. Your rival wanted Jameson Williams.
Hey, I just forgot about that.
Aaron Rodgers just said on Pat McAfee's show, the most NFL-ready wide receiver in this draft to me is Jameson Williams.
Be damned.
Aaron Rodgers just said that. So for all you people that are nervous about the pick, calm down a little bit. It's going to be okay.
You
like
mean
my
relax?
boy said, RELAX.
Sorry, man.
So, again, I teased it, so I want to pay it off. Mike Tannenbaum, as it relates to Derek Stingley Jr. going number 3, said yesterday that he could not understand why you would take an injured player that high when you have somebody extremely comparable right there. Why wouldn't you take the healthy player in Sauce Gardner over the injured player in Derek Stingley Jr. because he couldn't think of a player that was injured in college that didn't end up getting injured in the NFL. Does that hold true for Jameson Williams? Is that a concern? Are we brushing off the ACL and just assuming that he's going to come back 110% and be great? Jameson, I'm saying
you're reverting it back to Jameson?
I'm reverting this conversation back to Jameson Williams because, if that language holds true for Stingley, does it hold true for Jameson Williams? Because I'll give you a scenario the Lions could have had if they held on their picks. We'll get to a break. Go ahead.
This has to do with what you said. Michael Gallup tore his ACL this season. Just got paid. Robert Woods tore his ACL last year. Just got paid.
But are they back yet?
Wide receiver from Tampa. I can't think of his name right now. It eludes me. Got paid.
Chris Godwin.
Tore his ACL. Those guys are all 4, 5, 6, 7 years older than Jameson Williams.
Fine. Right. I'm just reiterating, is it any concern whatsoever?
I'm digging, man.
I want to give you guys another scenario too, in if this or that kind of thing, because if the Lions stayed at 2, 32, and 34, they could have had a couple of plays. I'm going to play the scenario for you out next, but first, a message from Sticker Genius.
Sticker Genius is the official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. Sticker Genius put all of this beautiful wall covering all over the Planet Fitness studios, and they did it in less than a day. If you go to stickergenius.com, you say they offer window graphics, wall graphics, custom stickers, and a whole lot more. If you want them to hook you up like they hooked us up, go to stickergenius.com. This is Ermanni and Edwards, the day after the draft, woodwardsports.com.
Life is full of hard choices. We're here to make one of life's biggest decisions as simple as possible. My name is Christina Gennari, and for over 20 years, I've helped hundreds of families buy and sell homes. We cover all of Metro Detroit and more, from large luxury homes to starter homes. We will work hard to make sure that you get the home of your dreams. So if you're in the market today or even thinking about buying or selling in the future, make the obvious choice. Christina Gennari, the obvious choice in real estate. Visit us at soldchristina.com today.
Fellas, let's be honest. We like things to be easy. We like simple stuff, like sports 7 days a week. We like things uncomplicated, like Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play. And before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Open 10 to 8, 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. It's wicked awesome.
The Sports Marketing Agency helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast, This Is the F Word, helps spread awareness about fentanyl and other addictions. Go to thesportsma.com if you have any concerns, any questions. No need to operate at 70% when you can operate at 100. Thesportsma.com.
At the end of the day, it's the NFL draft. It's something I've been thinking about and dreaming about since 6 years old. It's just a blessing, man. I'm just excited to be here and excited to be able to be picked by the Detroit Lions.
That was Jameson Williams talking about being a Lion. This is Dan Orlovsky's tweet after the Jameson Williams pick. The Lions are about to be a problem. Want to thank everybody watching on YouTube now, nearly 1,000 live viewers. We certainly appreciate you. If you could hit that like button and subscribe, we are less than 200 subscribers away from 24,000 subscribers on YouTube. So we'd certainly appreciate that, and hit that like button. The Lions, we've been talking about it. Oh, sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
That's okay. Before you guys get into this,
yes.
I know you guys love Chris Sims like I do. But I listened to Chris Sims and Mike Florio today. They did 5 minutes on the Lions' first 2 picks, and they could not be more complimentary. Read, please, what Chris Sims has said.
Jameson Williams, my man, the only one on the board right now worth a 20-pick trade-up. My number 1 wide receiver, one of the 5 or 6 best players in this draft. 3 rockets up his ass, and you can tell he's pissed that 2 Ohio State guys went ahead of him. Lions are winning this draft.
I love Chris Sims. I always did. The guy knows what he's talking about. A lot of times you might not agree with him, but the guy knows the draft. What do you think about?
Dad's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
What do you think about Jameson Williams being pissed that those 2 Ohio State brothers, that they were brothers together? The 3 of them were all playing together. He left to go to Alabama, and he's the 3rd guy again to get picked.
He's mad as hell, and not just because they got picked over him. They only got picked over him because of the injury.
Correct.
He's coming back with a vengeance, man. Like a guy like that. I love it. You look at Jameson Williams. You look at Jeff Okudah. They got things to prove. It's going to be a fun Hard Knocks. It's going to be a fun training camp.
Yeah.
Jeff Okudah is essentially a new player this year.
Yep.
It's like he was drafted
like
this
an
year.
extra draft pick this year.
I was just about to say like an extra draft pick, so you add him. I like competition. I like competition. Competition breeds greatness. Literally, when I was going against Darrelle Revis, I wanted to go against him. I wanted him to give me everything he had. He gave me everything he had. I gave him everything he had. I think I made him better. I know he made me better. Look at what the Jets did. Jets go out and get a DB and Sauce Gardner. And then he went out and got Garrett Wilson. You know what those practices are going to be like? Guess what? Jeff Okudah, Jameson Williams, it's going to be a smoke show.
Let me ask you guys this, because now that the draft has played out the way it has played out, you can now go back and ask yourself, was it worth it? Are you happy with Aidan Hutchinson at 2 and Jameson Williams at 12? Or would you have preferred to stay at 2, 32, and 34 and attack every level of your defense? Aidan Hutchinson, Lewis Seen, the safety that went 32 last night, and then at 34, Nakobe Dean, the linebacker that we've pretty much wanted all throughout this draft. So you could have had Hutchinson, Seen, and Nakobe Dean, 32, 34, 32, 32, and 34, or you good with 2 and 12 the way they have it?
I'm good with 2 to 12 the way they have it. Look at the players still left in the draft. Malik Willis. Andrew Booth Jr. is a dog. He's a dog at cornerback. There's another cornerback for you. You still got David Ojabo. David Ojabo, we know he's injured. But, man, you get him a year, let him come back next year. That could be something. Boye Mafe is still on the clock. There are still players left in this draft. You got the best wide receiver, and you got the highest grader rush in. What are we complaining about?
Well, we're not complaining about anything.
Rhetorical more so, my bad.
Yeah, no, but I think it is worth the conversation because, like I said, you could have attacked every level of your defense, and that goes back to what Lee Steinberg, the agent of all agents, said yesterday. This is a meat and potatoes draft, but if out of a meat and potatoes draft you can get a defensive star and an offensive star, look, guys.
Nakobe Dean is still on the board.
Exactly. Look, for a minute. We have seen over the last 2 years specifically what a wide receiver can do for a team. We saw it in Justin Jefferson with the Minnesota Vikings, and we certainly saw it last year with Jamar Chase and the Cincinnati Bengals. The impact that the wide receiver position can have immediately on a team and a franchise is probably second to only the quarterback position in the NFL right now. And if the Lions got that guy in Jameson Williams last night, well then I tip my cap to Brad Holmes and I say, well done. Job well done, my friend, because this franchise looks like it is headed in the right direction. I think every Lions fan can sit back and say, holy, we got a good one.
got a damn good one. I think some of the Lions fans want everything to be safe. Everything to be keep the pick. Drafted 32, drafted 34. Don't make any aggressive moves. Don't pay anybody. Everything to be safe. The hell with that. We're trying to win some games. We're trying to get to the playoff. We're trying to be contenders in the NFC North, but not only that, in the whole NFL. They made a move. It's time to go.
So who's left on the board?
Nakobe Dean.
That's the question, right? At 46, who can you get today? I think, Tom Mazawey, that is a question that we're all going to be watching for in day 2 of this NFL draft, rounds 2 and 3 tonight.
There's going to be some quarterbacks out there, too, if you want to get your guy. If you think one of these guys can be at least your backup quarterback with a chance to take over for Jared Goff, why the hell not?
Forget about the player. Talk to me about a position. Okay, I want to know what position you are looking at. Linebacker,
quarterback.
Even if that linebacker. Let me rephrase it, guys. Let me rephrase it for you. Do you go position or do you go player with this 46th pick in the NFL draft? Because if you're telling me you're going to get the 4th best linebacker in the draft, which if you ranked all the players 1 to 500,
right?
And, you're taking a linebacker here, but there's 20 guys above him that you have ranked higher. Would you do that just for position?
There's some good corners out there, too.
Are the Lions in a position where they can draft for position right now? Or do you go, within reason, not going to take an offensive lineman in the 2nd round, at the best player available?
I think it depends on who's on the block. I think it depends on who's on the board when the 46th pick comes up. If Nakobe Dean is sitting there, you draft Nakobe Dean. So what? He slipped. I still love Nakobe Dean. What I saw out of him in the national championship game and what I saw out of him in the Michigan game, the guy can go side to side. The guy can move. The guy is a hitter. The guy is. I don't know why he slipped. Obviously, a lot of NFL scouts, they know. But he's a damn good player. I think it depends. You got some other good cornerbacks in there. You still got the cornerback out of Washington. What is his name? His name is he was a good player. It'll come to me also. Oh, here it is. Kyle Gordon. Kyle Gordon's still on the board. You still got Boye Mafe's on the board.
Right.
You still got some good players on the board. So I think it depends. When you get the 46, who's on the board? What's going on?
Dax Hill's not on the board.
No, he's not. He went.
Good call.
Let me say this, too.
Good call. I tell you, the Atlanta Falcons were going to draft.
You said it. Receiver.
Drake London.
One of the reasons why Nakobe Dean is still on the board, I'm just looking at Mel Kiper's best available players right now. Number 1, Nakobe Dean. Number 2, Malik Willis, by the way.
Yeah. Keep laughing, everyone.
Well, yeah, and we'll get into the Malik Willis talk. But one of the things that I heard Mel Kiper say last night regarding these Georgia players, and 5 Georgia defensive players went in the 1st round. That is the first time that's ever happened.
Who won the national championship?
Georgia.
There you go.
On one side of the ball. He said, and good for Mel to admit this, he said one of the reasons, whether it was Jordan Davis, whether it was Trayvon Walker, whether it's Nakobe Dean, these Georgia players were so hard for me to evaluate because they all depend on each other.
Yeah.
They were so much better talent-wise collectively than anybody they played, including Alabama. And it's just not going to be like that in the NFL. He had a hell of a time evaluating the Georgia guys.
What team took the 2 guys from the same team? There's a team that took 2 Georgia.
Georgia. It was Georgia. It was Green Bay.
Packers took 2 guys from Georgia.
I think it was Green Bay.
I think you're right.
Just listen to this. Pre-draft analyst, this is from Steve Munning. I don't know who he is, but just listen to this assessment. He's an instinctive pass rusher who locates and exploits gaps in pass protection. Dean plays every down like it's the last of his career. I played against a linebacker like that. His name was Zach Thomas. I hated playing against Zach Thomas. Played so hard, so aggressive. You're telling me something like that doesn't fit into the mold of what Dan Campbell's trying to build?
The 2 players Green Bay took, Quay Walker, the inside linebacker from Georgia, and Devontae Wyatt, the defensive tackle from Georgia.
First time that's ever happened in the 1st round.
No doubt about that.
Same team?
Same team.
No, Detroit did it. Mike Williams and Sean Cody.
In the 1st round?
Mike Williams and Sean Cody, and in that same draft, Carlos Rogers, the DB, and Jason Campbell, the quarterback.
But were they both picked in round 1?
They both were picked in round 1.
Guys, I've got a name for you in round 2 of the draft for the Lions. I hope he falls to them. You might be surprised by it. We'll talk about that. And I want to get into this Malik Willis discussion. It was my bold prediction of the day yesterday. He was going to fall out of the 1st round if he got by Pittsburgh. Do you have the ability? Is quarterback a position you would accept at 46? Ermanni and Edwards.
Woodward Sports Network, the bottom line.
But first, a message from the Folding Warehouse.
All right, they're going to Folding Warehouse, of course. Football, bowling, two of my favorite games put together. Get the Hamtramck and the Folding Warehouse. Make sure Chris Hutt shows you around. He's the guy that invented this game. It's got all the rules, a couple ways to play. $10 unlimited open play or a private lane reservation for 10 or 12 people. Run you $120 for 2 hours. Bring your own food in, have it delivered. They got multiple full bars, over 100 beers to offer, and a $2 mystery beer machine. Get your fold on. Check it out at foldingwarehouse.com.
Cintron is the official energy drink of the Red Wings, proud partners of the Detroit Pistons, and exclusively served at Little Caesars Arena. If you're looking for premium ingredients, long-lasting energy, balanced hydration, essential vitamins, and great taste, Cintron is your top choice.
3 NBA championships. Detroit fans were there. 11 Stanley Cups. Detroit fans were there. 4 World Series wins. Detroit fans were there. And that one Lions playoff win in 1991, yeah, Detroit fans were there. Woodward Sports, where the fans are.
Time to get in shape, and the best way to do it is go down to Planet Fitness right now and sign up. $0 down in person. Guess what? Only $10 a month. They believe that your fitness is essential, so do I. That's why I'm sending you there. Where you can double up. Get the black card, $22.99. Gives you access to over 2,000 locations worldwide. Also, bring a friend every time you go. Essentially, you have 2 memberships. PlanetFitness.com or in person, $0 down.
Hey, this is Corey Woods, Woodward Sports. How you doing? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Last year, they drafted Penei Sewell, and he's a big piece of their offensive line. How do you feel now that you're going to be coming in? You're going to be the anchor, one of the biggest pieces of their defensive line and what you're going to bring to the city.
You know, again, I'm just going to continue to do everything I can. Penei is a hell of a player, so I'm sure, we'll be getting after it in practice, and, just iron sharpens iron, so we're going to be getting better every day. So, it's going to be great once I get there.
So the first round of the NFL draft is in the books, and the one name you don't see on there is a name I think, look, Maz, and we'll take our medicine, right?
Who cares?
I mean, we'll take our medicine. I was beating that drum, banging that drum. You were banging that drum. Malik Willis, and I still am too. Malik Willis is going to be a really, really great player in the NFL. I'm convinced of it, and wherever he goes tonight, that team is going to be very happy. Russell Wilson was a 3rd-round pick. If you could redo that draft in 2006 or 2012, I get my years mixed up.
It's okay.
He'd be a 1st-round pick, and he'd make some team very happy.
But the difference between Russell Wilson and Malik Willis is Russell Wilson was never talked about being in the 1st round. No one ever talked about drafting Russell Wilson in the 1st round. Russell was drafted where he was projected to be drafted. At one point, they were talking about Malik Willis, and that was a media thing. The media got Malik Willis, got the hype behind him. The scouts, the GMs, the people.
I don't know why you hate the kid.
I don't hate the kid. I think he's an amazing kid.
Why are you going against Mel? Why are you going against Mel? He's top on Mel's board.
I think he's
just having fun with you, Bray.
Don't do that to Mel.
I think he's an amazing kid. He has a great personality.
Why do you hate Malik Willis, Bray?
I don't hate Malik Willis. I hate his film.
What did he do to you?
I hate his film. I hate his film.
Did you see him give the homeless guy all his gear?
One thing we say in the NFL, one thing you say in the NBA, I don't know if they say in the NHL, I know they say in the MLB, the eye in the sky don't lie. I watched the film, I didn't like what I saw. I didn't like what I saw. He's not going to be a game changer.
You get film delivered to your house?
You can go on YouTube and just pull up games. Yeah, I didn't like what I saw. And obviously, the other teams and other GMs, they didn't like what they saw.
They didn't like him in the 1st round.
Then they don't like him.
I will say this.
The 2nd round is pretty good.
I will say this. Alex, if you could break out my bold prediction from yesterday.
Oh, give me a break.
I would appreciate it, if you wouldn't mind.
What was the bold prediction?
I love Malik Willis. I will not back down from my love for Malik Willis. You know how I feel about him. I've been talking about him for months. In fact, I think the first week we were on the air, I mentioned his name is a guy you should look out for. I think he's going to have a really successful career in the NFL. I think he's going to make some team very happy. My bold prediction for tonight is that you will not hear his name called in the 1st round of the NFL draft.
I'm not giving you credit.
What do you mean you're not giving me credit?
That's not a bold prediction. There were only 2 teams that talked about him. There were the Steelers and there were the Carolina Panthers.
How about my bold prediction?
There was the Steelers, there were the Carolina Panthers. You knew if they didn't draft him, he wasn't going in the first round. Nobody was talking about Malik Willis anymore. That's not a bold prediction.
How come you didn't have him clip mine when I said they're trading?
Because I'm not looking for your stuff.
I'm crying out
You
loud.
look for your stuff.
Yeah, but I hit it.
You look for your stuff.
I hit it mine.
Well, I don't remember what yours was.
I said they're trading up.
Well,
and
that's
they
ridiculous.
Did.
I told you
so
guys.
Suck it.
I've been telling you guys for the last 2.5 weeks that he was not going to be a first-round player. That no team was going to take that chance once they went back and looked at the film in the first round. So I told you this a while ago.
So let me ask you this: Alex just put up the number in Vegas on the Minnesota
Plus
Vikings
50,000?
Taking Malik Willis. What was that number, Alex? Again?
They were plus 5,000, which means they weren't going to take him. Now they're plus 340 to grab Malik Willis at pick number 34.
That was funny. That was pretty good.
So Malik Willis, if he goes to the Minnesota Vikings at 34,
we could suck it for 20 years.
Look, I am a Lions fan first, but I will quietly root for the kid.
I'm not even going to be quiet.
Michael Parsons Part 2?
Amen.
I want to be. Listen to me. Not only
you hear me, Baydoun?
Give me the one camera. Give me the one shot.
Oh, the one shot's TV.
Excuse us.
Not only do I want to be right about Malik Willis, I need to be right about Malik Willis. Please believe me. Wherever you go tonight, I usually don't care if my opinions are right or wrong. I really don't. But for whatever reason, for the amount of grief that I've taken,
you've made some good ones.
In my love for you, I want you to go to wherever you're going, whatever franchise it is, and just kick ass, dominate.
Now,
Malik Willis.
I will say this about Malik Willis. Obviously, he has the big arm. Obviously, he can run.
You don't like him?
No. It's not that I don't like him. I'm about to tell you. He played at Liberty, so I got to cut him some slack. Liberty's not a good school. Liberty's not going to be Ole Miss. Liberty's not going to be a team that has great players. You are only as good as the sum of the parts. Like, you're only as good as your moving parts. Mm-hmm. So Malik Willis, if he gets in the right situation, he does have skill. He does have talent. That's not up for debate. Get in the right system, he can be a player in this league. He just wasn't going to be a player for me in the first round.
What about quarterback here in the second round, Braylon? If they, and we got the information yesterday that the Lions are really high on quarterback Sam Howell, who would be there. I don't like Sam Howell at all. Look, I'll be totally honest. I might vomit if the Lions take Sam Howell because guy does nothing for me.
He's like a running back playing quarterback.
Guy looks like a poor man's
minus the skill.
Poor man's Baker Mayfield, maybe even, or poor man's Mitch Trubisky or something like that.
He's got the same shape as Tim Tebow.
Either way, the word that we're hearing is that the Lions like Sam Howell.
Everybody, I don't.
Well, I mean, yeah, right.
I just Jameson Williams.
Is quarterback in play tonight at 46, or is that a wasted pick? Because really, the first round, that's where you get your fifth-year option guy. That's first round. That's where
look with the Giants. They didn't even pick up Daniel Jones' fifth year.
Yeah.
Maybe who gives a damn about that anymore?
Yeah, that's
you can
true.
Franchise a guy.
That's true. You're right about that, Maz. But what I'm saying is, you don't need a quarterback there's no desperate attempt to take a quarterback here at 46.
If Desmond Ridder is there at 46, I wouldn't mind that pick. Who's if Jared Goff gets hurt, who you putting in the game?
Dude, I'm
who you putting in the game? Tim Boyle?
Dude, I'm with you.
TB12? Who you putting in the game? David Blau? No, thank you. At 46, if Desmond Ridder is there, I don't have a problem with that at all. You need competition. You need somebody to push Jared Goff.
That's the quarterback
I
you
want your spot.
If they're all there, that's who you want?
Yeah, I'd take Desmond Ridder.
Okay, again, I don't care about the player as much as I care about the position.
Yeah.
Because the player, to me, look, Brad Holmes knows more about this than I do.
All of us.
Oh, you're right.
Way more than us.
If you're deciding Aidan Hutchinson over Kayvon Thibodeau, I got you. But I got the position right. If you're deciding Desmond Ridder over Sam Howell or Sam Howell over Malik Willis, that's on you. At least you got the position right. And I think when you're trying to do this, that's all you can hope for is you've got an idea, a sense of what position they're going to attack. and then at that point it falls on the player evaluation.
Also, I said 46, Desmond Ridder. I don't believe Malik Willis is sliding down 14 spots. I don't believe that Malik Willis will be available at 46, so that's why I went with Desmond Ridder. If Malik Willis is there at 46, better snatch his ass up.
Hey, the Lions have the 14th pick in this second round. I mean, I don't know where he goes. I mean, Tampa Bay could take Nakobe Dean, first pick of this round, too. Tampa Bay, I think they liked the inside linebacker from Utah, traded out of that pick. Maybe they get Nakobe Dean at 33, and it'd be all a moot point. But we'll see what happens, guys. Coming up next. What's that?
Well, I had a question.
Sure.
So, Carolina needs a quarterback, correct?
Yes.
And they draft an offensive lineman.
Yep.
Seattle needs a quarterback, and they draft an offensive lineman. Who are they loading up for? Baker Mayfield's going to one of those. Who you think?
Ooh, you hit it last night. I believe you.
Carolina.
I believe you.
We got all
Matt
that
Rule
coming
has
up.
to win right now. He can't wait to develop a quarterback. You got to win now.
We got all that coming up in hour number 2 of the program. But next, Chris Robin, part of the Woodward Vets. He'll be live in Las Vegas. Had an opportunity to sit and chat with Aidan Hutchinson last night. Asked him a question as well. Detroit Beastie on Twitter. We'll have him for you coming up next. But first, a message from Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac. It is no secret that new cars are hard to come by, but they are available at Les Stanford. You've got to make a plan, though. Allocation coming in for lease and purchase of new vehicles. Les Stanford, let me tell you, has over 350 pre-owned cars on their lot right now. All makes, all models, all years. Some with less than 500 miles on them. So head on there now. They're on Michigan Avenue in the great city of Dearborn. For more, visit lesstanford.com. lesstanford.com.
Find new roads.
We'll be right back.
6 dark corners, a driveway and a patio, 5 windows that could become doors. Every house has unique security challenges. Guardian Alarm has more tech, more team, and more ways to help keep them all safe. Get a professionally designed and installed security and smart home system from Guardian Alarm. Sign up today and get a free video device. Guardian Alarm. Smart, right from the start. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Make sure you download the Woodward Sports app in the App Store and the Google Play Store today. Take Woodward Sports with you wherever you go and listen live on your phone or mobile device.
Hey, I want to say something.
Struck you? What made you feel the best when you met with Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell? And what made you like, I want to be a Detroit Lion, aside from your Michigan roots?
I mean, before I even met him, I mean, I always wanted to be in Detroit. You know, going home would always be awesome. But you know, after meeting the whole coaching staff, Brad, Coach Campbell, I mean, all those guys, you know, really just solidified that belief, and really, it made me want to go there even more when I visited with them a couple weeks ago. So I'm grateful to be a Lion.
I'm from Woodward Sports in Detroit. We're very happy to have you here. Thank you,
sir.
That's our guy, Detroit Beastie.
There we go, Beastie. I just wanted to say something. Last night, we rotated on the desk. You know, we did the 6 to 10 pick. I think Adam Baydoun, they did the 1 through 5 rule. We got a chance to enjoy it. We got a chance to have some fun. We got a chance to kick it. Excuse me. With everybody from Woodward Sports. We got a chance to enjoy the fans. We got a chance to enjoy the draft picks. You know who was working their ass off the whole time? Al May busted his butt for Woodward Sports last night. Got to give a shout out to him. He worked the entire time, and he was willing and dealing. Al May, hats off to you, brother.
Tip of the cap to you, Alex Mayer. No doubt about it. Worked his tail off last night.
We love you.
A lot of people there. And we thank each and every one of our listeners, our viewers, however you say it. I guess the viewers,
people,
listeners, people,
all the
listeners.
People.
I hate saying fans. I don't say fans. I think that's silly.
Show me the people.
Fans. The people.
Our
people
family.
that
Our
came
family.
out. Our family. That is absolutely right. By the way, Sam, Adam Baydoun is lighting you up right now on the chat. He says, answer the phone. Apparently, Adam is trying to call in, but first...
He's probably trying to do a collect call.
We want to get with our guy, Detroit Beastie, Chris Robin, part of the Woodward Bets. He's out there covering the NFL draft for us in Las Vegas. Beastie,
yeah.
How you doing, my friend?
It's phenomenal. So I watched the show live in Detroit, and now I'm on the show, but I'm in Las Vegas. It's kind of backwards, but I wouldn't trade this experience for the world. So shout out to all you guys and Woodward and Corey and everybody, making it happen and getting me this pass. And it's a thrill of a lifetime. I don't have a wife, I don't have kids, but even if I did have children, last night would far supplant anything I've ever done in my life.
Hey Chris, characterize that first round. Characterize that first round for me. What was the mood in Las Vegas when the Lions, especially hopped down Jameson Williams? I think that's the pick that everybody's buzzing about today.
Yeah, truth be told, Aidan Hutchinson was in the media pit when they made that trade. So I didn't look at the TV. I was, chatting with Aidan Hutchinson. We're all hanging out there, and then I just saw the pick is in at 112 there. First round 12th pick, and I said, how did the Lions get to the 12th pick? So I didn't even see it until the last second. As soon as Aidan got up and walked out, it was made official that Jameis was made the pick here, and it was outstanding. And truth be told, what's wild to me is I've said this out loud to myself because there's no one here around me. I believe I was the only guy from any Detroit sports media outlet in that media pit last night. So that made me feel special. Woodward Pass made me feel special. Yes. So there was a lot going on. And again, we've all watched the draft a million times. Braylon, you were drafted yourself here. Yeah. But when you watch it at home, it's a different vibe. Sometimes it feels like it lags or it goes slow. When I was there in person in that media room, I was like a fantasy football draft. Every 2 seconds, the pick is in. So I don't know if it went by that fast for everybody else watching, but it was just lightning fast. Boom, boom, boom. Your head spinning,
No, you're 100% correct. When I was in the moment and there, you're getting drafted, you don't really pay attention. Watching it at home, it's kind of boring. I had the opportunity when I was with the New York Jets to draft Joe McKnight in the 4th round, and you're right. The energy was different. It was fun. It was crazy, and it was back to back to back to back. I'm going to ask you a basic question, Beastie. Everybody's talking about the 20-pick move up to get Jameson Williams coming off of ACL in the national championship game. How do you like that pick, and would you please put these people at ease?
Yeah, absolutely. I love the pick. When you look at it, I wish I could reference. I saw someone on Twitter. It had no photo. It was made more than likely a troll, but they had this whole math algorithm based out on draft capital and round and pick. And when he added it all up, the Lions absolutely fleeced the Minnesota Vikings. And I'm sure you've seen this graphic as well of Brad Holmes, our GM here, where they reached out and they were fully expecting Minnesota to ask for a first-round selection. And when they were like, let's just swap second picks, give us a third, and boom, we're rolling here, they were jumping for joy. I know you mentioned that earlier, Braylon. These guys are hugging and jumping around. They really love what they're doing here. But this pick was outstanding. It was a splash pick. And the Lions, that makes me think of the Lions of old when they went back-to-back wide receiver, in the top 2, top 3, like 4 or 5 years in a row here. But Brad Holmes, as he said, got his guy. They made this decision consciously to move up Minnesota, anybody that would take the pick, to grab this kid out of Alabama. I love it. His knee, he looked pretty good yesterday, walking around with all that ice, and he had the grill on. I mean, this kid is going to be outstanding. And Brad said it himself, and even Dan Campbell on that, the backstage stuff here. Come to Detroit, get healthy, you got the whole future ahead of you, and boom, here we are, and we're talking Lions football. So I absolutely love the pick. That's something that the Lions haven't done in God knows how long. That means they're aggressive, and Ermanni, I'm one of your biggest fans. We know that. We talk every once in a while here. I fully support you and the way you go about this. It's just my opinion, and I really enjoy the position over the player, and that's how I am right now. But when the player becomes in your face, this is the guy we're taking, you got to run with it and you got to love it. So this pick it's outstanding. I love it, and I'm excited to see what they do tonight in day 2 here.
Chris Robin joins us, Detroit Beastie on Woodward Sports, Woodward Bets. Chris, there's a gambling question for you. Malik Willis plus 5,000 to go to the Vikings in the 2nd round, now plus 340 to go to the Vikings. That's a pretty big drop. You're a gambler. Are you putting your money on the Vikings at 34 where the Lions were going to pick? Okay.
I'm not doing anything with the Minnesota Vikings, Chicago Bears, Green Bay Packers. It could be right in front of me. I don't trust Minnesota. I don't trust Green Bay. I don't trust Chicago here. But you're right. When you look at betting odds that way, you're always on here with Beer Man, and he's very eloquent.
Yep.
He knows what he's talking about. But that is very telling, right? He's plus 5,000, and he's dropped all the way down. What'd you say, to like plus 240, plus 250? 340. That's very telling. So will Minnesota take that? And again, how would you like to think, I'm Malik Willis. I'm going to go to Minnesota where I got to, go in on all that. I'm going to sit behind Kirk Cousins for a season and learn from Kirk Cousins. So it's just a really sticky situation. I feel like Minnesota is, they're grasping at straws right now, right? They get fleeced with the pick with us, and here they are. It's only day 2, but there's clear winners and losers after one round. So you hate to use that label on any team, but to me, Minnesota is, it is what it is. I don't know what the heck they're going to do, but hey, if you want to bet, you can check out the Woodward Bets channel. We'll probably talk about it today, but I'm steering clear of anything the Minnesota Vikings are doing in this draft.
Chris, back to the Lions for a second. What position do you think would best suit this franchise moving forward? Which direction do you think they go here with the 46th pick? They got a pick at 46. Then what is it, 90-something tonight?
96.
46 and 97?
97.
In all honesty here, and again, just my opinion, Ermanni, you understand that. I think we go defense. Now we hammer home defense. And to be honest with you, at 2 overall, it was 1A, 1B, Aidan or Kayvon here, and we got Aidan. That's outstanding. And then when they moved up, nobody saw that coming, but boom, they get their splash player, their offensive stud, and now they just sit back and hammer home defense with these next selections. Personally speaking, with their next draft selection, as I'm looking at my notes at 46 here, I would love to see a linebacker, but hey, I would not. I don't think it's going to happen. But I've seen Adam in the chat talking about this kid, Jalen Petra, the safety out of Baylor here, but he's on the best available board. I believe it's like Willis and this Petrie kid. So if he falls, that would be unbelievably outstanding here. But to me, I think we just go defense. And when we look at Brad Holmes and what he's done so far last season, he went back-to-back D-line, and I was fully expecting almost the same kind of thing to go down with 32 and 34. They traded up here, so I'm almost certain with Dan and Brad in that draft room, I trust everything they're doing, and I'm fully looking forward to them just hammering home defense for the rest of these selections.
Well, I'll tell you one name defensively.
What?
That I hope falls.
Oh, N'Kobe?
Nope.
Who is it?
You ready? You ready for me?
Yeah, I'm ready.
David Ojabo.
Oh.
So I agree with Chris 100%. Like, look at the last couple. Look at the last couple of Super Bowls. People talk about all this offense. Offense is great. You need Jameson Williams. You need the quarterback. You got to have the Patrick Mahomes. But look at the last couple of Super Bowls. Who won the Super Bowl this year? Oh, that's right, Rams defense. Who won the Patriots? Not the Patriots. Who won the Chiefs and the 49ers? The Chiefs defense. Who won Tampa and the Chiefs? Tampa's defense. So you got to go defense. You got enough on offense right now. I agree with Chris 100%. Defense, let's get this thing cracking.
What do you think about that?
Boy, I don't care who they pick. Tell you the truth.
Boy, ain't my fair. Ojabo, I take either one of those.
They're improving no matter what, man. And congratulations to Brad Holmes already.
Hey, Chris, set the scene for me, man. It's Vegas. It's noon there.
It's Friday.
I mean, you said you don't have a wife. You said you don't have kids.
Like
you
trouble.
got company in that room right now, or what's going on?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, but I'm having a blast here as a single guy in Las Vegas here. And to set the scene as the day progresses here, it's only like, what is it? It's like noon, right after noon, 12 here. I'm going to head over to the Caesars. I'm going to have some sushi. I'm going to do as I please, maybe make my way back to the draft theater and see if I can get any more sound bites or tidbits. And again, this, to most folks, this isn't a big deal. They do this for a living. I've never been credentialed anywhere, and I'm really living it up from start to finish. I don't drink, I don't smoke, I don't do anything crazy.
That's
like
unfortunate.
That.
So, it sounds like me.
From start to finish. Yeah, I am. I'm like Maz. We're kind of in the same neck of the woods in terms of where we live and where we shop and where we eat and everything. But to me, I'm just going to walk around it and really take in the sights. I haven't been to Vegas probably in 15, 20 years. I flew in here to go to the Rose Bowl years ago, and it's completely changed. We know how Vegas is here. But to me, I'm just going to take this all in. I'm going to do everything I can. I might use my press pass, to my advantage in the best way possible and see where it gets me, see what I can do, see who I can talk to. But all eyes are on the Lions here. Make no mistake about that. I thank Woodward for having me on this broadcast, you, Ermanni, and Braylon, and even Maz here. So I'm going to take advantage of this pass in the best way possible as I represent Woodward Sports here, on the bottom line in Las Vegas.
My guy.
Hey, Chris, little friendly advice, not from personal experience. Everything stays in Vegas except crabs. Wrap it up.
I've heard that.
Listen to this guy. Hey, Chris, have some fun out there. Thanks, my man. You're the best. At Detroit Beastie on Twitter. You see the name right there. At Detroit Beastie. Chris Robin. Check him out. Part of our Woodward Bets team.
Chris, I need a souvenir.
Working hard out there.
Bring me home a souvenir.
What do you want, Maz? I'll get you anything.
Whatever you want, man. Surprise me. Surprise me. Come to the shores. See you, buddy.
How do you feel about crabs as a gift?
No, I don't want crabs, though.
Oh,
great.
I opened the floodgates.
Oh my God! All right, we're gonna track down Bay Dude. We're gonna track down Bay Dude. He wants to give us hell about Malik Willis.
I think he's all coked up.
Yeah, he might be. He's still. You see the bricks of blow that he had last night?
He packaged it so well, like he knew what he was doing.
Oh my gosh, incredible stuff! All right, so we'll see if we can track down Bay Dude. We'll also winners losers last night. Braylon, your former team, the New York Football Jets. My oh my! I think they may have been the winners last night.
No, there's no may about it. That might be the best first round I've seen in a very, very long time.
And we have such a great soundbite for you from Sean McVay and Les Snead. Let's just say they didn't make any friends in New England.
So we'll do
Wait
that.
till you see this.
Absolutely. But first, a message from Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men. As we know, we do broadcast live from the headquarters of Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men each and every day in Birmingham, Michigan. It is definitely awesome to get off the air, or even before we get on the air, get yourself looking great by one of their talented stylists. I highly recommend to you Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men near you. Over 100 locations nationwide, many of them in the Metro Detroit area. They will treat you like a king. You will look like a king. 7 days a week, open 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Walk in anytime. Sign in, sit down. Before you know it, you are handsome and clean. Ooh-wee! Open 7 days a week, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Wicked awesome.
It took exploring 50 different formulas and hosting countless taste tests, but we believe Gypsy Vodka is the smoothest vodka on the market. Don't believe us? Ask the owners.
We're Mike and Adam Kazanowski with High Five Spirits Distillery. We're in close to about 1,200 locations throughout Michigan. We wanted to create a brand that was geared more towards freedom, love, adventure, and at the end of the day, we really wanted to tell a story that inspired other people to take risk, follow their dreams, whatever that might be.
The official sticker partner of Woodward Sports. When it comes to stickers and signage, think Sticker Genius. We support this local Detroit business, and we are excited to show you our latest project, the Planet Fitness Studio from Sticker Genius. If you need custom stickers, wall graphics, window graphics, and plenty more, reach out to our friends at Sticker Genius. We at Woodward Sports couldn't be any happier with the service they provided us. They were quick, easy to deal with, and super professional. Head to stickergenius.com today.
All right, guys, Woodward Sports Network. Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards, Tom Mazawey, Sam Flannel. We've got Alex Mayer as well. Fletch in the background over there. We've got Stick in the house, too, joining the party a little bit.
Look at my guy in the background. That's my guy right there.
Little Big Boy action. Friday's always been a good day to go to Big Boy for me. I love a good Friday salad bar at Big Boy.
Yes, sir.
Nice. Get one of those BLTs.
Braylon, your former team, you were getting a lot of love last night on Twitter from the Jets Nation.
Man. Shout out to Jet Nation in there. Gang Green.
They were clearly, I think a lot of people liked what the Lions did last night, but the Jets clearly last night won the draft, in my opinion, and in yours, I believe.
Yeah, 100%. You're talking about a guy, they drafted Sauce Gardner. Sauce Gardner was the #1 rated DB in the draft. You got to have a guy. Once again, we talk about Denzel Ward. You talk about J.C. Jackson now with the Chargers. You got to have a DB to go against these multi-million-dollar wide receivers. So I thought it was a hell of a pick in Sauce Gardner. Then you turn around and get Garrett Wilson, a guy who a lot of people thought was the #1 player in the draft, exploded on the scene this year. Exploded by Chris Olave, who was the #1 receiver going into the season. And then You turn around and get Jermaine Johnson, a guy that we talked about drafting 2nd overall, a guy that we thought was going to go somewhere in the top 7. Jermaine Johnson. Now you have addressed star wide receiver, star DB, and oh, by the way, you now can get to the quarterback. Amazing draft so far.
Maz, your Jets, pretty darn good.
And the Giants, too.
Yeah.
Giants did well. I mean, they got Kayvon Thibodeau. I think he's a fit in New York. I don't think Braylon thinks that he might not fit that New York media type. If he shows.
It's not the New York media that I'm worried about with him. It's the off-the-field things. Like in New York, there are a ton of things to do.
Yeah.
There are a ton of people pulling you in this direction. Hey, we want you to walk in the Met Gala. Hey, we want you to represent this watch line. Hey, why don't you come hang out with us? He's a big personality, and New York is the biggest city of them all. When I was with the Jets my first year, we had a safety by the name of Kerry Rose. Shout out to my brother. He's on the show. He didn't make it to the second year when I was there because Rex Ryan thought Kerry Rose was too focused on off-the-field stuff, modeling, agency, contracts,
Hollywood.
all other type of stuff, opening other businesses. So that's why he parted ways, which was a bad move because Kerry was a damn good safety and made Revis better. That's what I'm talking about with him. Could get him in trouble. Not a bad way, just focusing more on things that are not football.
And the Giants got Evan Neal, too. I think the sharpest dressed guy in the room last night. Played for Alabama.
Big fella.
Big guy, man. I think the Giants got what they wanted. The Jets got what they wanted. Lions got what they wanted. 3 of the worst teams. Of course, I root for all of them with all my heart. Now, a team that kind of went off the board a little were the New England Patriots.
Shocking.
They go on the clock, and they take – well, I'm going to bring you up to this. Let's go to L.A. You got Sean McVay and Les Snead doing a show, and they are whooping it up. Here comes the New England Patriots pick. Check out these guys.
Really? Oh, my UT Chattanooga to the first round. Hey, where is...
How about that? And we wasted our time watching him thinking he'd be at 104 maybe.
They went that hard?
Cole Strange, the guard from Tennessee, Chattanooga, goes to the Patriots in the first round. These two guys were scouting them for their pick at 108.
How funny is it going to be when everybody busts the Rams' ass this year?
Let me read this. Sean McVay broke NFL etiquette by laughing at the Patriots taking Chattanooga guard Cole Strange in the first round. Too bad Rams and Pats don't play until 2024. If Belichick still had Brady and one of his Super Bowl teams and they played L.A. in 22, he would try to beat them 45-0.
That's Gary Myers of the New York Daily News. You don't do that, man.
No, you don't. That was bad. Like, they look like two kids. And trust me, I've done a lot of dumb things, but that's bad. Like, you guys know better. You guys are the head coach and the GM of an NFL franchise. I tell you like this. I tell you, Sean McVay is all smiles now. The game is a game of inches. He was inches away from getting his ass whooped in the Super Bowl while Jamar Chase cooking Jalen Ramsey. I'm not so sure they're running anything back.
I will tell you, though, about Bill Belichick in his drafts. I mean, he does not care who is projected where or what other teams project other players to go or anything like that, because we all heard the story of Jelani Tavai. When he was taken by Detroit in the second round, many people had a 4th-round grade on him. But
they didn't have video on him.
They didn't have the video on him on ESPN.
Yeah, that's right.
But the Lions took him in the second round because they heard New England. And Bill Belichick liked him and was going to take him in the second round. So this isn't the first time New England has done this in draft years. I mean, whether it's Isaiah Wynn in 18, Derek Rivera in 17, I mean, N'Keal Harry. They just do whatever they want. It doesn't matter.
But that's the one thing that is bothering people about Bill Belichick as the GM. A lot of people have told him they need to step back from allowing him to make picks. Those guys you just named are all recent, and none of them are working out.
Exactly.
Now you draft a guy out of Chattanooga that should have been in the 3rd round. You take him in the 1st round. I think Bill Belichick needs to stick to defense and coach it and stay out of that war room.
Remember a couple of years ago on the virtual draft, his dog actually sat in the seat and made the pick. And that might have been N'Keal Harry, boy. I know it was a bad pick.
Was N'Keal Harry.
Was it Mac Jones?
No, Mac Jones.
No, you're right.
Wait,
2 years ago,
in 2020, that was Kyle Duggar.
That's who the dog took.
I mean,
and for all you out there saying he drafted Mac Jones last year,
it fell to
who
him.
wasn't going to draft Mac Jones at 15 when you don't have Tom Brady anymore? So he doesn't count.
Yeah, no doubt. We mentioned Lamar Jackson earlier in the show, too, trading Hollywood Brown. A lot of people thought he was pissed about drafting the center, but that wasn't the case.
Correct.
He was pissed about the fact that they traded Marquise Brown to the Arizona Cardinals last night. And now, for a second, forget about Baltimore. You look at the Arizona Cardinals now. When you have Hollywood Brown and DeAndre Hopkins,
don't forget about AJ Green.
AJ Green, you could have some. That
Chase
could be
Redmond,
some
Rondale Moore out of Purdue.
Do some damage there, man. You can certainly do some damage there.
Do you think Chase Edmonds is a top line runner?
No. No, but I think he works well in that system. When you have DeAndre Hopkins, when you have Zach Ertz, when you have A.J. Green, and now you have Marquise Hollywood, Downtown Brown, he gets lost in the shuffle and he can have some success. Kind of like, dang it, I keep forgetting names today. 17, Mecole Hardman did the Super Bowl year.
Yeah.
When they had Sammy Watkins, when they had Tariq, and they had all that, Mecole Hardman slipped through the crack. They got rid of Sammy Watkins, and then he didn't have success anymore. I like what Baltimore is doing. Because how many times did you see Lamar Jackson getting hurt, Lamar Jackson getting sacked, Lamar Jackson getting beat up? They're taking a page out of what the Chiefs did starting the season last year. They are shoring up the line. Look at this. They draft Tyler Linderbaum. I love him. Out of Iowa, love the guy.
Best center in the game.
Best center in the country. We won the Remington this year. Stanley's coming back this year. They have Moses. They paid Zadice. They're shoring it up. So now they can get some receivers in there and help them out. They got the running game. They got J.K. Dobbins at Ohio State.
Guys, I want to get this breaking news in just before we go to break here. The Major League Baseball has suspended Dodgers pitcher Trevor Bauer for two seasons.
Yeah.
What?
Nobody wants him to pitch for them. They had to do something.
The ball?
Suspended
for beating a girl.
For 324 games for sexual assault and child abuse, for violating the joint domestic violence, sexual assault, and child abuse policy. So he'll be 33 when the suspension is up. He's 31 right now.
Can I ask a dumb question, Ryan and Maz? Yeah. Why aren't there moral, suspensions? Like, when you look at something like that, you're a punk. You put hands on a woman, you beat your kid.
That's what's up.
If this is what happened.
This is different because he and the woman were sexual partners and they had rough sex constantly. He just went overboard this time and she called him on it.
So
he has sued her, by the way.
I just wanted to get that in there. Also, round 2 mock draft is now out on ESPN. We'll let you know who the Lions are going to take.
Did we trade up?
We did not trade up. Where David Ojabo goes, where Kenneth Walker goes, who the Lions take. Lots to get to here.
Kenny Walker, come on, K9. Where's K9 going?
Where's he going?
Where's K9 going?
If you're a fan of Kenny Walker, you're going to freaking love it. We'll have that for you next. But first, a message from Chili Peppers Tanning.
That's right, ChiliPeppersTanning.com. Join the Pepper Club. They'll save you $5 against every other competitor. The best deals in town, the darkest tans. It's your vitamin D headquarters. Chili Peppers Tanning, 26 locations, one right down the street here on Woodward. Check them out. That's your vitamin D headquarters. Get there, ChiliPeppersTanning.com.
Hi, my diamonds. It's Crystal with an X. You want to get hot and perfect like me? Here's my super easy routine. Drink at least a gallon of water before you wake up. Attach a weight to everything in your house. Hello? Sell your car and just sprint everywhere. Scream when you exhale.
Don't follow Crystal with an X. Do your own thing at Planet Fitness with tons of equipment and free fitness training in our clean and spacious clubs. Join now for just $10 a month and cancel anytime.
Get a shot up. This is for the win. All of Detroit's sports teams live on Woodward. All of Detroit's sports coverage lives on Woodward Sports. Driving the best in Detroit sports coverage.
Woodward Sports Network, we certainly appreciate everybody tuning in today. All 3 shows, well over 1,000 live listeners during their shows. I believe the morning show had about 1,800 live viewers this morning. Congratulations to those guys. They are kicking butt in the morning. Awesome stuff. And, of course, Neil Rule, Darren McCarty, those guys kicking butt.
Over 1,100
in the afternoon. We've had over 1,100 at one point today, so we thank you guys so much. Shout out to Baydoun. We're going to get him on momentarily, but I wanted to get this round 2 mock draft out for you guys. Right off the bat, Tampa Bay, Breece Hall, running back, Iowa State. So they go running back. Malik Willis, 35 to the Tennessee Titans. So Malik Willis would have been around, seemingly for the Lions at 34 if you were in on that. But it says Ryan Tannehill, 33 years old. Titans could get their heir apparent without asking him to do too much earlier in his career. The Giants, you'll like this. Christian Watson, wide receiver. The Jets, Nakobe Dean, 38.
Oh, my.
If the Jets got Nakobe Dean at 38, just cancel the rest of the draft.
You're talking about the best 4 picks on paper I've ever seen.
Right. That's a great point, Braylon. If the Jets get Nakobe Dean today at 38, that could be the best 4 picks on paper you've ever seen in your life.
Guess what?
That's nuts.
Yeah, you know what they make out of paper? Jets. You know who's the worst team in freaking football behind the Lions? The Jets.
Maybe so. Boye Mafe, 40 to Seattle. Sky Moore, Western Michigan, 42 to the Indianapolis Colts. And I'm just kind of going through.
That's a nice pick for them.
I'm just kind of going through some of the picks here. Desmond Ridder, 43 to Atlanta.
Oh.
At number 46, the Detroit Lions select Matt Corral, quarterback. What did we say? Regardless of the player,
it's about the position.
It's about the position.
I don't know why the Falcons would draft Desmond Ridder. That's Marcus Mariota. They're the same person.
Right. Chicago Bears, George Pickens, wide receiver.
Is that their first pick?
Yeah. The Pittsburgh Steelers, wouldn't this be something? David Ojabo at 52.
Sounds right.
They like Michigan guys. You look at Larry Foote, Lamar Woodley, Devin Bush. Like they love Michigan guys on defense.
Green Bay gets their wide receiver, John Mechie III. That would be something.
I wanted him.
And the last one I'll tell you about, at number 57, the Buffalo Bills select Kenneth Walker
K9.
the third. Wouldn't that be the just flat out perfect landing spot for him?
I'm just thinking about that team. You got Gabriel Davis. You got Emmanuel Sanders. You got Stephon Diggs. You have Knox at tight end. You got arguably the best quarterback. You got a damn good offensive line. If he was to somehow get to Buffalo, K9 could be a Pro Bowler this year.
No doubt.
K9 could be a Pro Bowler this year.
And could be the missing link to
100%.
a championship piece for them.
Would you be sad if he wound up here?
No.
Not at all. Hometown guys?
You kidding me? In fact, I'd rather K9 than Matt Corral, if I'm being honest with you.
1,000%.
Hey, let's bring him in. One half of the morning show, Adam Baydoun, who had a hell of a morning this morning and a hell of a night. Tony Montana, political refugee from Cuba. Dude, what's going on, Baydoun?
I'm chilling.
I heard you talking all that smack this morning about Malik Willis.
Yeah. Fuck you guys. I love you guys.
He's all over the YouTube too, the son of a bitch.
Characterize. Awful. I love you.
Characterize.
Awful?
Give it to us.
Who's
give
awful?
it to me. Give it to me.
First of all, don't lump us together. I didn't say anything about Malik Willis.
Hey, I called
Isolate.
you in the chat.
Why do you hate him?
I complimented you in the morning.
Isolate.
I love you.
My guy. There we go. I watched the show earlier. He was on fire, man.
Give me your case.
You should get a room.
First Baker Mayfield, Mass. You fucker. First Baker Mayfield. All right? Now Malik Willis. I have 2 reasons to kill you, but I'm not going to because I love you. Look at this. Look at this. This is the blood pressure medication I take every day. I stopped taking it ever since I found out that rough sex helps me with my blood pressure. So,
Talk to Trevor Bauer.
Maybe I'm getting suspended pretty soon.
That's all good. Hey, talk to me for a second, Adam Baydoun. The move to come up to 20, Jameson Williams. I know I keep asking everybody that question, but it's a question you have to ask. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Or are you indifferent?
Oh my God, it's Braylon. That's amazing.
There we go.
Arguably the best wide receiver on the board. They basically swapped 1st and 2nd round picks, and they gave up a 3rd round pick. If I was the Minnesota Vikings, I would have asked for all those picks and a future 1st round pick, and not the Rams, the Lions 1st round pick, to move up 20 spots.
Yeah.
Braylon, wide receivers are getting paid. They've never been more valuable in the NFL. The Vikings seriously underestimated just how valuable the number 12 pick was with Jameson Williams on the board, and they're going to suffer for it.
Not to mention, I don't think players from certain schools fail. Alabama players in the NFL, with the exception of D. Mulliner, don't fail. LSU secondary players and wide receivers don't fail. Georgia players, the verdict is out. Alabama guy, I want him, I got him.
Hey, Adam, I wanted to ask you about the quarterback in the second round. Would you take a quarterback in the second round here? They've got Matt Corral. They've got Matt Corral pegged to Detroit at 46. ESPN.
I've always been of the mindset if they fall in love with the quarterback, they should take him, even if I don't agree with it. Having said that, they're committed to Jared Goff for the next 2 years. I think that's over and done with. The Jameson Williams pick is a clear example. They were in the market for Deebo Samuel. I'm glad that never worked out. Thank God.
No.
So here we are. You get a rookie contract in Jameson Williams. The dude is unbelievably fast. He's really going to open up the entire, really anything past 20, 30 yards downfield. You're going to be able to take the top off of defense now moving forward. Can Jared Goff make all those special throws? No, he can't.
He better throw it early.
You need Jared Goff to just shut the hell up, run the offense, and just win games. Ryan Tannehill got the #1 seed last year with the Tennessee Titans. He's not special. Is Jared Goff the future? Absolutely not. The Lions have a first-round pick next year. That Matthew Stafford trade right now is looking really damn good. Without that Matthew Stafford trade, they don't have Jameson Williams right now, and they're not in the market next year to trade up and get a quarterback. So watch out for the Lions. They're gonna be a good football team this year, and then the following year they're gonna give up the Rams pick, their pick, a future first, and maybe a second or third, and they're gonna go up and get their guy, and I am all for that.
46, Adam Beydoun. Lions are on the clock. What do the Lions do? What do you think the Lions need?
They still have a lot of holes, Braylon. They hit 2 home runs, right, on offense and defense. They got the wide receiver, the most important position outside of quarterback on offense, and lineman. And then, of course, they got a pass rusher, which is so valuable, obviously, to get to the quarterback. Can't miss on secondary.
Yeah.
Go safety. You could go linebacker. They have a ton of options, Braylon. I don't think they can go wrong. It depends who's on the board. If Nakobe Dean somehow is at 46, go for it. If Leo Chenal's at 46, great, go for it. Petrie, go for it. Brisker, go for it. I don't think I'm looking at this second-round pick in disappointment. There's going to be somebody. There's 13 picks that need to happen before then. Do the Lions move up? I don't think so, but knowing Brad Holmes, he's unpredictable, and I like that in a GM.
Yeah, I think the Lions' biggest need is a Mike linebacker. The problem is this isn't a big linebacker class. After Nakobe Dean, it's not a guy that I want to risk that 46 pick on at Mike position, so I think you're right with the secondary.
Braylon, can you educate people on ACL injuries and how, with the medical advancements we have in today's world, that's a 3 to 6 month recovery, and it's an injury you can re-injure, and it'll always be you can always recover from it unless your body just really breaks down.
Well, you're talking about 2022 now. When I tore my ACL in 2005, I literally tore my ACL December 4th. They make you rehab before they have the surgery, so you don't have surgery while the knee is swelling. So had surgery January 1. I was running full speed straight ahead probably at 4 months. Couldn't go side to side laterally that good. At 6 months, I was ready to play. They were having to keep me inside the training room and not let me play. I was ready at 6 months, but my mind wasn't there. I wasn't necessarily confident to jump over people, to moss people, to come down the land. So the injury heals. You're able to get back on the field at around 6 months, 7 months. Some people, it's the mental, it's the mindset, trusting yourself, trusting your knees. So he'll be fine. Literally, you get him to November, he'll be good. He'll be a hell of a player. These guys are coming back faster and faster and faster. And if the ACL, exactly, Cooper Kupp, if the ACL was a problem, why did the Dallas Cowboys, well, they're dumb, but why did the Dallas Cowboys just pay Michael Gallup buku bucks after ACL? Why did they just, all right, Tampa, Chris Godwin, ACL, buku bucks. Odell Beckham's on his second ACL injury in the last 2 years. Guess what? It's about to get paid a little bit of money. ACLs are fine.
Adam, I got one for you. Did the Lions shake up the draft by going up to 12? Did they screw the Eagles? Did they take Jameson Williams away from Philly or possibly Green Bay?
Brad Holmes single-handedly will get 3 GMs and 2 head coaches fired by moving up to 12. I'm not joking.
I agree with you on that.
Green Bay will regret not moving 22 and 28, or one of them and maybe a future second or third, to go and get that pick, considering how the Lions gave up nothing for it.
Yeah, they got it cheap.
Second, the Cardinals, Hollywood Brown, You already have Rondell Moore, AJ Green. Yes, he's older, but still, you have DeAndre Hopkins. You have a lot more issues in Arizona. That was quite disappointing. They gave up a first-round pick for a guy that Lamar Jackson can't even throw to. What do I know? And then, of course, the Eagles. This is the second straight year Brad Holmes has absolutely fisted everybody in Philadelphia. And, Maz, I don't know how you feel about people in Philly. I don't like them. So they can get fisted all day.
Amen.
Adam hates Philadelphia.
The city.
Hey, Adam, we freaking love you, man. We freaking love you.
There's one thing
I still love you guys.
Darius.
Oh, yeah.
We love you too. But
you're a freaking jerk.
You're a punk ass, though.
Look, I love you guys, all right? I'm stressed in the mornings. I say some things, maybe I don't mean it. I'm angry. I wake up angry. I know I have a problem. I'm literally on medication dealing with it, all right? Having said that.
Hey, Adam,
how dare
SMA.
you guys?
SMA.
You gotta just stay away from the fat, stupid people on Twitter, all right? That's who you guys have to avoid. You have to stop buying into all the stuff on Twitter. People that live behind a keyboard, and all they do is put out bullshit information, all right? Stay away from it. You got tricked and duped into Malik Willis, and I hope it never happens again to you guys.
Listen, you got duped into Thibodeau. You put your money on him.
Ooh.
I did. Scott's a motherfucker. I need to stop swearing. I'm sorry. Scott is a
Words hurt.
A horrible human being, but it's okay. I made the money later that night on the Suns down by 8.
I saw you. Yes, I saw you.
I am not. I will tell you, Adam, we love you. We'll see you Monday morning.
Yes, we will.
Right here, 8 a.m. Woodward Sports Network.
Right,
Adam Baydoun.
I'll see you guys.
All right. Yeah, very good. Enjoy it.
Stay off the YouTube chat.
I love Adam, man.
He's just one of the more unique guys we've come across in our time here at Woodward Sports Network. But I'll tell you this much, man. You can make fun of me all you want, and it's fine. I am not willing to give up on Malik Willis, and he's going to be really great in the NFL. And I'm going to die on that hill. Alex, what do you want me to do here? Okay, we'll take a break, and we'll come back with a message from Big Boy and Cintron, Ermanni and Edwards.
At Wing Snob, staying humble's not our forte. We just have better wings. We're back at it again with our crispy golden brown fries and our famous boneless wings. Juicy, tender, hormone-free chicken. Your favorite signature sauces with no bone. Just when you thought Wing Snob couldn't get any better. Order online at wingsnob.com today. Wing Snob. We just have better wings.
Make sure you're listening to Woodward Sports all day long. Start your morning with the Morning Woodward Show. Spend middays with Big D Energy. Watch and listen your drive home with the Bottom Line. And don't forget about Woodward Bets Daily. All live, all right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, everybody, it's Maz for Big Boy, and their signature buffet is back. Treat yourself this weekend and every weekend, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at your local Big Boy. Enjoy your favorites. 2 types of eggs, bacon sausage, Polish sausage, garlic mushrooms, grits, red skin potatoes, waffles, hot cakes, fresh fruit. They got it all at that signature buffet. You got to check it out. Weekdays, that make that weekends, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. at your local Big Boy. Get there.
Woodward Sports Network, Ryan Ermanni, Braylon Edwards. Oh, did you make it?
Yes, I did.
Yes, he did. Braylon with a paper towel toss.
A little paper towel action, man.
A little paper towel toss. Guys, Adam Baydoun was just on with us, and we were having some fun about Malik Willis. I was just on Twitter. I go on Twitter. Who's the first person I see?
Aidan Hutchinson?
Nope.
Malik Willis?
Malik Willis tweeted out God's plan, baby. And we talk about the NFL draft being the most
drafted in the first round.
Being the most, you hate him. I don't know why you hate him so much. What did he do to you?
I always do it to aggravate you.
Interesting. I can't remember a time, and we've said this, how this draft was going to be so unpredictable. I don't remember a time where 5 guys were left in the green room.
Yeah.
I mean, we made a big deal of Aaron Rodgers being left in the green room.
Brady Quinn.
They had to move them to undisclosed, get them off camera.
Who was left besides Malik?
I mean, I don't know who
Nakobe Dean and Malik, I know, were there.
There were 5 players
Christian
left
Watson.
in the green room.
Watson
in
was
the
there?
green room.
Christian Watson was there.
So these guys got fed a line of baloney.
Yeah.
They told them, hey, show up. You're going to be in the first round.
Well, I mean,
it's a crapshoot though, Maz. Like everybody everyone that's going home or everyone that didn't get drafted, those 5 guys, they all were projected to get drafted, and some of them were projected to get drafted in the top 10, in the top 15. So this is one of those drafts. What did Adam Schefter say when he talked to the GM scouts last year? They said this is the craziest draft in the first round last 30 years.
Yeah, it doesn't happen often where guys are left in the green room. And again, it happened to Braylon with the Miami Dolphins.
I ain't get left in the green room.
Well, what I'm saying is,
okay, I got you.
It happened to you. The Miami Dolphins call you and they say, we're taking you at 2. They don't take him at 2. Apparently, the word on the street is from Kayvon Thibodeau's camp that the Detroit Lions said they were taking him at 2. How many of these other players got promises from teams? Maybe it was Malik Willis at 20. If we will take you at 20. At Nakobe Dean from the Detroit Lions, I'm just giving an example. You will not get past 32. We will take you if we pick at 32, which didn't come out to be a lie because they didn't take anybody at 32.
That's why I haven't been a fan of this new, process in the NFL draft where they bring so many guys in. Like back in the day, like I sound like an old man now, but back in the day, like when I got drafted, 05, and even 2012-ish, it was like 8 guys, 7 guys. It was 5 guys. When I was drafted, it was 6 guys at the draft. It was 8 invited because Cadillac chose not to come to the draft and Pac-Man Jones chose not to come to the draft. It's only 8 guys. Like, that's easy. 8 guys. You pick the top 10 guys. That's consensus. Going to get drafted the top 10 guys. Leave it there. I saw this 3 years ago. It's like 200 guys at the draft. They were still walking up to shake Roger Goodell's hand in the 2nd round and the 3rd. They got to go down to 8 guys.
Guys, look at the first round picks on the board. We have it back here. We could bring it full. So many teams with 2 picks in the first round. That's why there were so many trades last night as well. I mean, the Jets, the Giants, the Lions, the Seattle Seahawks, Kansas City Chiefs, Green Bay Packers, Jacksonville Jaguars. All of these teams had 2 first-round picks. Jags traded up to get back into the first round. But again, when you see all of these teams now, how much value is put on these picks? Is the way teams go about draft picks changing in the NFL? I mean, they were throwing around trades and draft numbers last night like it was nothing.
It makes it interesting when you see the draft like this. Everybody had a successful first round with the exception of the New England Patriots. The verdict is out. I'll give him a chance, but I don't think he's going to be that. Everybody had a good draft. So when you look at somebody like Sean McVay, you look at somebody like Snead, and they talk about F them picks, but then you turn around and watch the New York Jets take Garrett Wilson, Jermaine Johnson, and Sauce Gardner. I don't know, man. F them pick. It worked for you. It ain't for everybody.
Yeah, there's no question about it, guys. So
wait, Bray, if you look at that board, what teams you think did? What's the top 5 teams on there? You know, it's the Jets already. We think of the Lions, the Giants, perhaps. How about 2 other teams that really did well in this draft?
I like the Saints because I like Chris Olave on the other side of Mike Thomas, 2 Ohio State guys, and then they got Trevor Penning to replace Armstead, so I like that a lot. I like Tyler Linderbaum a lot. I'm telling you, Baltimore getting him to Lamar Jackson, shoring up that offensive line, getting a guy that you can trust. That trust is everything with a center and a quarterback, the center-quarterback exchange. I think that's a really good move. Dallas had to replace Zach. Green Bay. I think Green Bay's draft is a lot better than people are giving them credit for. Nice. You get Quay Walker, you get Devontae Wyatt. These guys can ball. These guys, you lose to Darius Smith, guess what? You just replaced them with the #1 defense in the country last year in Georgia. I think that's a hell of a move, and we don't know what they're going to do. Still got some free agents out there, so maybe they go get, maybe they go get Jarvis Landry. Maybe they go get somebody else, or maybe they move up to take Christian Watson because he is available. I like Green Bay's draft.
Do you think the Jags blew the draft with Trayvon Walker, or do you think they got the best guy?
It's funny you say that.
Yeah.
I don't.
Because they just opened it up for everyone else
Yeah.
by taking Trayvon Walker.
It's funny you say. Can I just read this? Can I read this? For darn it, and I lost this. Go ahead, Bray. I gotta find what I was looking for.
You know what? It's one of those things where Trayvon Walker came in last minute, man. He looks like Tarzan. He had amazing combine. You saw him against Michigan. You saw him against Alabama. But how much did you see him against Alabama? I don't remember his name getting called too much in that game. I don't remember hearing about him all season. So the upside, everybody keeps talking upside. I don't mind upside. I really don't. You should want upside. But you also want to see some production. You also want to see something on that field where you can be like, okay, this goes with the production. This production goes with the upside. Guy like Jermaine Johnson. Consistency, whether he was at Georgia, whether he was at Florida State, even Kayvon Thibodeau to a certain extent last year, 6 games, 7 sacks.
Now, who the hell is Mel Kiper?
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Mel Kiper wrote this morning, head-scratching moves from round 1. First thing on his list, Trayvon Walker. When word first leaked out that the Jaguars were targeting Walker, I went back to the tape to see if I was missing something. He has intriguing physical traits, of course, but where was his one-on-one pass rush wins? I just didn't see him dominate any game. As I wrote my final mock draft, it would be extremely hard for me to take a chance on any guy on the board and pick a pass rusher who had 9.5 sacks, 13 tackles for loss, and 1 forced fumble in his entire 3-year college career. So this pick is a head scratcher to me. I would have taken Aidan Hutchinson.
It's real.
Yeah.
I mean, that's real. You talk about the production. Mel Kiper is absolutely right on that, man. That's a super, super, super tough spot to guess.
He's the first number 1 overall selection in the common draft era who never made an all-conference or all-American team in college. You better get this one right.
I think they did us a favor.
That's tough.
No doubt.
But guess what? You know who that GM is. He's the GM
Trent
that doesn't
Baalke.
have a lot of credit. It's Trent Baalke.
This is interesting stuff. All right, guys. We're coming right back. Maz's videos of the day. But first, a message from Cintron.
Summertime is here, so Cintron is trying to get rich. Actually, let me apologize. Summertime isn't here yet, but it will be. Get right with Cintron, and now Cintron is available at Kroger. Go down to Kroger, get it popping. Right now, you can get 2 Cintrons for $4. That is premium taste for only $4. Cintron is a new energy drink for active lifestyles. Drink it, live it with Cintron.
He's going deep, right side. Oh, that is Edwards out there. He goes up in the air at the goal line.
Hey, it's Braylon Edwards here, wanting to welcome the sports marketing agency to Woodward Sports Network, to the family. Glad to have you guys. For the last decade, the sports marketing agency has literally leveraged athletes around issues such as mental health and substance abuse.
Glad that we can finally start trying to get the stigma off of mental health that's been there for all these years.
We don't like to brag that we are the toughest sports network in Detroit, but we do have a guy named Darren McCarty on our side.
Lemieux and McCarty, who've had a good knockdown drag up. There they go, right on the whistle, talking to one another.
Woodward Sports.
Oh, shoot.
Hey, gang, want to tell you about Guardian Alarm. They're your local security experts, have been for over 90 years. Guardian Alarm keeps you safe and gives you peace of mind whether you're at home or on the road. Their 24/7 local monitoring makes you feel safe. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT for the peace of mind you need. Call 1-800-STAY-OUT right now. Let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Stay out.
Guys, this might be a record for our program during the live broadcast. 344 likes on this show. That is an incredible number. We've got 1,000 viewers online right now.
Now we're batting 300, that means.
Absolutely. If you get a chance, please smash that like button. It helps YouTube push our content out. And while you're at it, head to the other shows too. Smash that like button. We are less than 200 subscribers away from 24,000 on this platform, YouTube. So that would be an incredible, incredible number for us. We try to get to 25,000 by the end of May.
Man, you know what? I would just say this. You guys have been great. The fans legitimately have supported us since the time we started August 12th. It's gotten better and better and better, and we really, really appreciate you guys moving in the right direction.
Time of the day, we like to play Maz's videos of the day.
And now it's time for Maz's Videos of the Day, only on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hey, we take you back to the 2002 draft. Jerry Jones getting on the phone with Roy Williams.
Roy, this is Jerry Jones.
What's up? I see you on TV right now.
Roy, I just wanted to hear what it sounds like to talk to another Dallas Cowboy. I got you covered on television, too.
You and Woodson are going to be great together.
Man, you have me scared because my heart dropped when I heard that. I was like, no. I was like, no.
Is that Mike Zimmer?
Yep.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
That was good, man. That was Jerry Jones when he was a popular man. He's not as popular as he used to be in Big D. Last night,
that was before FaceTime. They just needed to be on separate televisions.
Last night he had like his draft. They had their draft board in his hands, and he was talking to the reporters. Reporters are like, "Hey, why'd you pick?" I forgot who they wound up picking. Who'd the Cowboys pick?
Tyler Smith out of Tulsa.
They're like, "Why'd you pick him instead of that guy?" So he literally holds the thing up, and they pull his hand down. He was holding up his draft board, and he was like, "Well, we had him ahead of those two guys. We had him ahead of those two guys."
Jerry Jones has done amazing things for the NFL. You cannot deny that. Man, he needs to sit down somewhere. He needs to sit down somewhere, man. Give up the GM. Let your son be the face. Let your son draft the guys. Go sit down somewhere. He's got a radio show, a podcast. Name another owner with a radio show.
He loves football.
Big yacht.
I know he loves football. That's cool, but like,
it's a toy for him.
Love it at the house.
Yeah.
Love it at the house. He puts all the personal business out there. Anything that the scouts tell him, anything that the coaches tell him. They said something about Dak. He said, well, the problem is Dak. Why are you telling business? Jerry, shut up.
Hey, I'll take you out to the campus of Kansas State University. Couple of guys walking around in their full football uniform to the student body, asking them to try to kick the football. This is pretty cute.
What's up? Would you like to kick some balls? You mind kicking this? Need you. One of you. Come on, you. Be short, be fast, be smooth. The bag drop on you. Game winner. Game winner. He's got Crocs on. That's fine. Oh no. Hey, Deuce does it all. Let her rip. All right. Ooh. Hey. Right here. Ball's over here. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Hold kicker snap.
I can hold it.
Go. All right. All right.
Yes.
Let's go.
That's 3 points on the board, yeah. Up top.
That's real thing.
Yeah.
People, they let me down.
High five, Jekyll. Yeah. Average athletes too.
That's cool, wasn't it?
Terrible.
I like that.
They let me down.
I like that,
Love
man.
that.
Now, two of my favorite things: dogs
You want to see Alabama?
and horses, race horses. Check out this dog checking out this great race on TV. This is so cool.
Uh-oh.
Oh
my God.
What the hell?
What in the hell?
Look at him.
That joker got some strong hamstrings.
He's excited.
Look at those legs.
Look at that.
Look at that.
He bet that horse in front. He wants him to win.
Get it.
Oh,
Get it.
man,
Holy
that's so cool.
cow,
That
dude.
is so cool.
He had money on the 7.
Betting
He
has
did.
got everybody. It's
He
got
did.
dogs now, man.
And I leave you with one last one. Take you back to my day, 1961. Actually, I wasn't even born yet.
Gorgeous.
I was almost born in 1961.
Come on, Seabiscuit.
Do you remember Wide World of Sports?
I do.
Oh, absolutely. ABC Wide World of Sports
Well,
presents to you.
it was born on today in 1961.
Unbelievable.
Check it out.
Roy, this is Jerry Jones.
What's up? I see you on
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sport. The thrill of victory.
Didn't this get you excited? Here comes the
And
skiers.
the agony
Here comes the skiers.
of defeats.
Do you know who's talking here?
Dick Enberg? I don't know.
No. Jim McKay.
Oh.
The great Jim McKay. Here he comes now.
This is ABC's Wide World of
Man.
Sport.
That was Saturday afternoon for you right there.
Oh, he looks slow.
In the
as hell.
60s.
And it stuck around for a while.
Okay.
40 years, more than that.
Budweiser. For all you do, this bug's for you.
That's it.
Okay, very good.
Come on, bring it down.
Bring it down. Take it off the
That's why-
screen.
That's why I've been talking.
Man, you see those
Interesting
athletes, and then you look at today's athletes. Gee, my, how we've come.
Hell of a day, gang. Again, thanks everybody for their participation today. It was one of our best days that we've had, since football season for sure. Yeah. So we thank each and every one of you. Tell a friend about Woodward Sports Network. We're here on YouTube. You can listen to us anywhere podcasts are found. You can put us in your pocket. You could watch us on your television, at home, on your couch. You don't have to be in your car on a radio or anything like that. Watch us on your cell phone, your iPad, whatever the case may be.
405 likes.
405 likes, over 1,100 viewers today at one point. So thanks so much. Braylon?
I didn't see how smooth you look today, man. You look good over there. I like the shirt, the jeans. Okay.
Some jeans on. Try it.
Okay. Glasses.
Look at
looking
that.
smooth. Yo, check this out. Go home, watch the Lions this week. It has been an exhausting week. The week is over. We love you guys. You guys have been so supportive. 405 likes, over 1,100 for our show. 1,800 earlier with the Woodward Morning Show, and then over 1,100 again with BDE. You guys are the real MVP.
Ojabo!
Ojabo, boy, ain't my face. Maybe N'Kobe.
46.
All I know is right now, the Lions are looking pretty good. That's it for me, Flannel Sam, Ryan Ermanni, Alex, Al May, Fletch, and Maz on the couch. See you guys Monday.
Malik.
Yeah! The dream's alive, baby! We're getting them. Malik, 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 Malik. To the Detroit Lions. In the 2022 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Jameson Williams. I told you, Miss. They're not taking the